Hello. Welcome to the Fanfic Majesty. If you want more content, you can follow me on Patreon. I will be uploading more content on there that will be exclusive. The link is in the description. Please support me. 8%. Chapter 140 Completely Degenerate. Mutation is about to happen. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. In the interlayer of time. The three of them communicated and moved forward. For them, it is easy to act in this kind of realm. For existences like them, the power of the basic law is only the most basic ability, and it is not a problem to squeeze it. It's really interesting. Can you let me play a little? Such prey are rare. Humph. Enough is enough, Margarita. The purpose of our mission this time is to take Martinu away. This is the order of the Lord. The Grand Priest clone of this time and space world is present. I want to be there with him. It's not easy to take Martinu away under the eyes of the Lord. Even if that Lord may take action at any time, we have to be careful, and if we are a little careless, we will lose our lives here. Male fallen angel Gauss stood up and warned. Unbelievable, one of these three fallen angels could be Angel Makalita from the 11th universe. After the fall, she exuded an evil spirit all over her body, which even more highlighted her clown girl smell. And Garth is not the angel who appeared in the original Dragon Ball. To be more thorough, he was the angel who was eliminated by the Grand Priest in the last 18 reincarnations because of his depravity, but he was special. In the past of a certain parallel space-time world, he narrowly escaped the catastrophe and finally embraced the darkness and depravity. And he is also the leader of this operation. Without him, it is impossible to come forward at this time. After all, in the situation of the Power Conference, not only the Grand Priest was present, but also other angels, and even Zeno. What a foolish dream to take Martino away in this situation. But Gas can do it. This is also the convenience brought by the power he cultivates. Hehehe. I know, really, such a fun toy has finally appeared. Don't use adults to press me. The seemingly light rebuttal actually fell into Angel Makarita's heart. Very upset. They are fallen angels, and they pursue the ultimate freedom. Who wants to be restrained? Even in this case, it is not unheard of. In her opinion, there is no need to be overly nervous. After all, the adults have already said that before coming, and will take action at any time. And all they have to do is to take Martinu away in that moment of time. Okay, it's time for us to prepare for action. If we continue, Martinu, who has fallen from this time and space, will be killed by the ants. Another female fallen angel Murata said. She can be said to be the angel who was liquidated in this 18th reincarnation. Also one of the angels in the 6 universes that have long since been destroyed. In the realm of nothingness, in the void of space. The power is accompanied by the sudden appearance of light, constantly surging, constantly flashing, and constantly exploding. Under Bergette's extreme crush, Martino has lost all resistance. Passive acceptance, passive acceptance, passive acceptance only. It is true that she still has the strength to fight back, and indeed she can fight back, but all her actions are in vain for Bergette. The gap has completely manifested, and she is only half a step away from complete degeneration. What's wrong? Fat woman, I'm still waiting for you to crush me to death. Even if you are willing to fall, is your strength only at this level? I still have a little hope for you. If you defeat I, maybe there is still a chance. Bergette's offensive became more and more fierce and sharp, and the blood of Saiyan in her body kept boiling and swelling. Saiyan will become more and more brave in battle. Advertisement. At this time, Martino could only shut up and endure the irony of Bergette's words. Even if he was unwilling, he could do nothing. Bergette was slightly inferior to her in the beginning, and now she is anti-suppressing her. The resentment and anger accumulated in her heart deepened, and the black energy lingering around her became a little more intense, but the qualitative change in distance was still a little bit worse. Bang! A thrilling air explosion sounded, and Martinu was knocked back 100 meters away by Bergette's air blow. This blow did little damage, but it made Martinu very annoyed, and felt very aggrieved in his heart. You were Angel a few minutes ago, but now you've become my sandbag. What a sad guy. Since you can't please me, let me give you one last ride. Transforming potential, the voice fell, and suddenly, a strange purple light appeared all over Bergette's body. The energy and potential brewing in the body are channeled out in an instant. He shuttled through the space like a ghost, appeared in front of Martinu in 0.00001 seconds, poured his whole body strength, and slammed into Martinu's body. Bang! The pure force shock caused space turmoil and shattered Martinu's defense in an instant. Martinu, who was impacted by this power, was even more turbulent in his heart, and the fat body swayed in the void, as if it might fall down at any time. This was just the beginning. Purple light converged from Bergette's whole body to his right leg, and in the next second, an extreme kick with terrifying destructive power was heavily embedded in Martinu's abdomen. Pound! A thrilling sound of meat piercing exploded. This blow, which hit Martinu's body firmly, was enough to shatter everything, and even the destructive power of shattering space, spreading from Martinu's abdomen to his entire body. The internal organs seemed to be shattered by the impact of this force. Martinu's pupils dilated, and black blood overflowed uncontrollably from his mouth and nostrils. Her bloated body fell like a shooting star toward the abyss of the boundless world. After several kilometers of gliding, it stabilized in the abyss of no boundary. At this moment, Martinu's breath was attenuated, her eyes were gloomy, and the black and red evil energy that had lingered around her before also dissipated. These sights gave Bergette an ominous premonition. His eyes were fixed on Martinu, and at this moment, it seemed that something extraordinary was about to awaken. Looks like it's almost there, let's just stimulate her again. Close black lens bracket whispering in his heart, Bergette decisively mobilized the power of space in her body. He raised his hands, and the white space energy group was brewing in his palms, compressed to the extreme. The invisible power will cause waves in the space of no boundary. These two groups of energies are exactly the space collapse blows that Bergette had performed on Martino before, and they have devastating power on anything. Now, he wants to sublime the space energy fusion of the two groups of the same level again, in order to carry out a more thorough and terrifying space power attack. Putting his hands together, the two forces of space gradually blended under his skillful use. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark 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 exclamation mark. The white light spreads, and the layers of space ripples are superimposed, spreading in Bergette's palm, spreading to every corner of the realm of nothingness. The dazzling light was beating in Bergette's palm like a living creature at the moment. If it wasn't for Bergette's strong suppression, this radiated space power would only need a small amount to blast the tunnel between the world of nothingness and the world of different dimensions. Cold sweat dripped from her forehead, and a grim smile appeared on Bergette's face. The power of this move is his strongest killing move so far. Even he may not be able to block the damage after the explosion of this terrifying space force, let alone a mere Martinu. Whether you can survive or not depends on your life, space, collapse, bomb. With a grin, Bergette raised her hands high, and slammed the space energy that was brewed to the extreme and compressed to the limit. At the moment when the power of space was released, the interior was compressed to the extreme, and the tyrannical power burst out in an instant. Everywhere he passed, the space was distorted, and even several cracks were torn open. Advertisement. However, at this moment in the abyss of 1,000 meters, Martinu was unmoved, and still maintained the low-pitched appearance just now. Even if there was a terrorist attack that was enough to destroy her completely, she didn't even notice it. Boom. Long. The huge explosion and shock wave that is enough to subvert everything spread, and the terrifying power ripped apart the tunnel of the world of nothingness and the world of different dimensions in an instant. With the location of the explosion as the center, everything within a certain range around it, the space completely collapsed, revealing outside the other dimensional world. Crackling. In the broken space, lightning spreads all over, and space fragments float from time to time, and in the next second, they are torn apart. The power of this blow is so terrifying. Not only was the god stunned, but even Angel showed an expression of admiration. Although this move cannot be said to be the ultimate embodiment of the space law, it is definitely a fatal blow to the lower angel. Even the high-ranking angel can't follow easily. At this moment, the two angels who are at the same level as Martino, Angel Canberley from the 3rd universe and Angel Mojito from the 9th universe, look terrified at this moment, and that picture has not changed for many years. His face was now covered with fear. These low-rank angels, once they are hit, are basically certain to die. Absolutely impossible to stop. And the 5 angels between the lower angel and the upper angel were also taken aback by Bergette's space collapse bombing that was enough to subvert everything. Although the power of this blow was not enough to kill them, it was not easy for them to block it. Even the slightest carelessness can lead to a serious injury. But the 4 angels, who were the top angels, showed a solemn expression at this moment. Angel Vados from Universe 6, Angel Whis from Universe 7, Angel Karen from Universe 8, and Angel Whis from Universe 10. The 4 of them, the upper angel, noticed something strange. Martino, I am afraid it will not fall so easily. Even the power of Bergette's move is really enough to kill the lower angel. Zeno Temple here, Zeno of Homeworld. Is this the end? It looks like Bergette wins. Zeno in the future. It's so fun, Bergette's light is more dazzling than Angel. Zeno of Homeworld. That's it. Zeno of the future. I'll let the Grand Priest fulfill the wish to Bergette later. 5. Beside the two Zenos, Grand Priest couldn't help laughing while listening to the two Zenos' conversation. However, this did not prevent him from observing changes on the battlefield. When that strange evil spirit emerged, he knew that what was expected happened. Martinu has completely entered the stage of blackening. Bergette here. The ability to release this concentrated space collapse bombing with all his strength also consumed a lot of his mental and physical strength. Looking down at his masterpiece, the connecting tunnel between the boundless space and the different dimensional world was blasted open by his domineering, and at a glance, it was full of residues and dust of space debris. But in the situation in front of him, Angel's blackening was more than 10 times stronger. Advertisement. The god's suit, which symbolized Angel's divine identity, had been rendered dark red because of the liberation of her inner demons and her own depravity, and even her eyes were glowing with bloodthirsty light. The current fallen angel Martinu, on the bright side, is stronger than him. In that burst of breath light, honestly, he was taken aback. But even so, Bergette didn't panic, the gap was not too big, and Martino didn't have the ability to kill himself. The vast coercive impact and agitation stirred the entire Wuzurgi into shaking, and even the 12 universes outside the Wuzurgi were affected by this force. Is it completely blackened? Grand Priest, what you asked me to do has been completed, what will happen next? Bergette, who gritted her teeth tightly, resisted the impact of this breath and stabilized her body. It is no longer Martino who dominates this body now, but the fallen angel Martino. Properly, the existence of the first entry into the 13th dimension. Instead, he completely released the devil that Martino had suppressed in his heart. Although the difference between the two seems to be insignificant, the Xingxingan realm are far from being on the same level. Martino's body was infected and corroded by this terrifying evil spirit. The scarlet light faded in an instant, and the fallen angel Martino rushed out, but in a blink of an eye, he came to Bergette again. Bergette's space collapsed and bombed, killing Martino, who had not lost his heart. But in fact, his heart was very dignified, and he didn't dare to slack off in the slightest. And he is now at the node where the 12th dimension is between the 13th dimension. The reason why she has come to this point, and has fallen so thoroughly, is all because of the credit of this ant in front of her. The hatred in it cannot be concealed. Single quote comma 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 exclamation mark 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 exclamation mark. A dark red light enough to penetrate the boundless world erupted in an instant. Fallen angel Martino, to be stronger. In his eyes, Martino's terrifying aura was rising steadily, and the value represented was infinitely approaching the peak of the 12th dimension, and it was even about to break through this realm and enter the higher level of the 13th dimension. Whitening is weaker by 3 points, and blackening is 10 times stronger. Fallen angel Martino's dimension and combat power index are in his eyes. However, at this moment, he noticed a trace of black energy that was completely different from before. At the same time, her cold, murderous eyes also locked on Bergette. Bergette, with a dignified expression and heightened vigilance, stared intently at the fallen angel Martino, who had undergone earth-shaking changes in front of her eyes. It seems that this is your final form. Should I call you fallen angel or dark angel? Forget it, it doesn't matter what you say, you are doomed to die anyway. Bergette didn't seem to care at all though. Variation of Martino. Her eyes were filled with red light like blood. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark 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 single quote. It is stronger than the peak of the 12th dimension, but not as good as the 13th dimension. When she took the initiative to introvert her breath into her body, the world of nowhere, which had been turned upside down, became stable. Bearing the brunt of the brunt was Bergette, who was caught off guard by the sudden burst of energy and was almost blown away. Next second. Chapter 141 Fallen Angel Makarita, a more chaotic situation open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Maintaining her own posture, Bergette stared at the demonized Martino in front of her. Saiyan, maybe I have to thank you. If it weren't for you, I'm afraid I wouldn't have mastered this power and transformed into what I am now. You made me fall, and you made me. Fallen Angel Martino said earnestly said. At the same time, she was also intoxicated with her current power. Angel's power was completely degenerate and completely transformed into a power that she had never felt or had. Now she is not what she used to be. Bergette, who had been crushing her before and almost took her life, has undergone a huge change in her eyes at this time. Absolute confidence. Hearing these words, Bergette didn't pay much attention to the fact that she felt the evil spirit on the fallen angel Martino getting heavier and heavier. However, she became stronger, which made him have a strong fighting spirit again, so that the breath became even hotter. Looks like you didn't let me down completely. It's interesting now, it would be really boring if the fight ended so easily. Gearing up, Bergette was eager to try. He has not felt the power of the 13th dimension level. Exactly, take this opportunity to feel it, and by the way determine how far away he is from the 13th dimension. You, court death. His eyes narrowed, and the majestic killing intent shot out from the eyes of fallen angel Martino. The murderous aura at this moment is more terrifying than before. Immediately after that, there was an incomparably deep, strange and extremely evil energy. The overwhelming pressure swept toward Bergette's body, and the terrifying aura impacted like a Shira field, terrifying. Bergette felt the pressure and laughed unafraid. This level, it's exactly what I want. Just as Bergette was about to take the initiative and strike first. Mutation, suddenness, boom, a boom. From above the void of the realm of nothingness, an incomparably huge lightning suddenly fell, and in the blink of an eye, a huge crack was torn open, making people shudder. Immediately afterwards, from this crack, 3 eerie and evil breaths came out. The strength level completely surpassed the 12th dimension, and was even more terrifying than the 12th dimension of the fallen angel Martino. The sudden feeling made Bergette's body instinctively feel a strong sense of crisis. Subconsciously dodging. The sound of, woo, was just a 0.0001 second interval, and a scarlet blade of light shot out from the crack in time and space. Such power, even the powerhouse of the 13th yuan level is difficult to block. Fortunately, There was no danger. This terrifying slash was sensed in advance by Bergette, and she avoided it. Followed by, is the source of the three strange breaths. Undoubtedly, this is the fallen three angels who hid in the interlayer of time and space before. When the three fallen angels appeared, Bergette was stunned. Because his eyes fell directly on Margarita. This is Angel Margarita from another world. And it's a fallen angel. All of a sudden, all the people, gods, and Angel were attracted to all of them. At this moment, even Angel couldn't help but stand up and stared at the three fallen angels. Advertisement. Bergette finally understood, what is the Grand Priest going to do? It turned out that from the very beginning, the existence of these three fallen angels had been known, so he could not kill Martinu in one go. Just to get them out. Haven't waited for the people in this world, God, Angel, to react. Among the outsiders, the fallen male angel Gas couldn't help but speak. It seems to be completely degenerate, which is beyond our expectations this time. I originally planned to take you back and guide you further, but now it seems that there is no need for this. It is no wonder that the transformation can be completely completed with one's own power. The Lord will take you back. The fallen angel Gas stared at the fallen Martinu and commented. These words also made all the eyes of existence focus on him. Bergette, in particular, felt a storm in her heart at this time. Because this male fallen angel's strength has far surpassed him now. The other party is definitely not only the 13th dimension, it will not even be the 14th dimension. It is possible that it has reached the 15th dimension level, and even more terrifying, it may have reached the 16th dimension. It's scarier than Whis and Vados, who are defined as 15-dimensional in the original book. This fallen angel is the mastermind behind Grand Priest's mouth. Bergette took a deep breath, shock for sure. After all, among the three fallen angels, except for the fallen angel Margarita, the other two angels have never seen or heard of him, a transmigrator. Is it difficult? With a thought, Bergette's pupils shrank suddenly, thinking of something. The Dragon Ball world, before Xeno wiped out universe, was 18. Up to now, there are only 12 universes left, and the 6 universes were directly erased and destroyed by Xeno. Then, the two strange angels in front of you are very likely to be the two angels from the 6 universes that were erased by Xeno. Only, they have fallen. Hey, this time and space, Martinuson, speaking of which, it's the first time we've met, but it doesn't matter, we're here to take you out of here. Fallen angel Makalita playfully laughed. Her cynical expression, full of playfulness and ridicule, was so reckless, but it also carried a gloomy and terrifying aura. You who have been completely fallen, if you want to continue to live, you are destined to be on our side. Therefore, hesitating now is not your choice. Fallen angel Murata narrowed his eyes, always watching the people here. Situation, remain vigilant. After all, it is the realm of nowhere. All the gods of this time-space world, Angel and Grand Priest, and even the two Xeno, are in. Especially the two Xeno, make them even more careful. Because, this time-space world is a high-level time-space world. Join you. Fallen angel Martinu raised his brows and his expression became extremely serious. After the fall, it is true that the world has no place for her. Even if she wins Bergette, Grand Priest and Xeno, it is impossible for her to continue to live. Now these three fallen angels suddenly appeared, and among them was a Margarita from another time and space world, allowing her to find a way out. It seems that she has another way to go. Before, I only knew that the fallen will die. The best result is to be completely restricted by the Grand Priest and imprisoned, and there is no possibility of seeing the light again. Most angels do not know that there is a group of fallen angels. It turns out that, I probably understand. I didn't expect that I, Martinu, would receive the attention of you fallen angels from other time and space worlds. Haha, let me join you, but I have one condition. Degenerate angel Martino, who knows what the situation is without thinking about it, seems to have seized something, and starts to raise the price and enter into this negotiation at her own risk. Advertisement. Fallen angel Gas frowned, as if he did not expect Martinu to waste time at such a critical moment, but he lowered his posture and asked back. What is the condition? Tell me quickly. Grand Priest both Xeno and Xeno are watching, but not doing anything at this time does not mean that they will continue to sit idly by. 5. Fallen angel Murata. Martinu yo. You are really a greedy guy, we came to save you, and even dared to sit on the ground and raise the price. Humph. Who told that lord to order you to take you back? Quickly say, what are your conditions? Fallen angel Makalita. Time is limited, if you ask too much, we won't give in to you, after all, it's not your fault. 99. Hearing this, a strange and treacherous smile appeared on the face of the fallen angel Martinu. A ferocious blood flashed in her scarlet eyes, and her eyes turned to Bergette. Suddenly, Bergette, who was on the opposite side, suddenly had an ominous feeling in her heart. Sure enough, the next second, the ominous premonition in his heart was verified. If you want me to join you, you must first kill this Saiyan, only if he is dead. I will join you. Fallen angel Martinu turned his edge to Bergette. In this regard, the three fallen angels turned their attention to Bergette at the same time. That look, as if to say, is really a pitiful and pathetic mortal. Fallen angel gasped. I thought it was something. It turned out to be just to get rid of this trivial mortal, he. Fallen angel Miranda. Did you push Martinu to the completely fallen Saiyan? At first I thought it was quite powerful, but now it doesn't seem so good when I look at it from a close distance. Fallen Angel Makarita. Hey. Guys, I have a better idea. Why don't I take this Saiyan back? If he agrees to join us, it may be helpful to that lord's plan. Woolen cloth. The whispers of the three fallen angels echoed in his ears. Bergette's forehead bulged with blue veins. He was ignored, and to be honest, he was very annoyed. The development of things has been beyond his control and understanding. But even so, in his life, even in the face of Grand Priest, he was reluctant to bow his head. Not to mention facing these three sudden fallen angels. Enough. I'm not someone who can do whatever you want. With a loud shout, even though she was afraid, Bergette still took the initiative to release the breath from her whole body. The power of blood and the power of God merged with each other to form a violent storm of breath, which instantly swept away towards the four fallen angels in front of him. Although this kind of breath is terrifying, it does not pose a threat to the four fallen angels in front of him. Even the three fallen angels looked at him with a playful and disdainful look. This look, as if a human being looks at an ant, doesn't care much at all. Fallen Angel Murata. Ho 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 ho. It seems that Makarita-san, your idea is going to fail. This mortal has no idea of going with us, and he seems to feel for you very angry. Fallen Angel Makalita. Shut up, Murata, he's not just here for me. After rebutting, the fallen angel Makalita's eyes showed a deep provocation, and her eyes fixed on Bergette, as if she was going to play with Bergette. At this time, it's better not to be noisy. Get rid of this human quickly, and then leave. Completing the task is the most important thing. Fallen Angel Gas didn't intend to waste time at all, and he didn't care about Bergette at all. He wants to execute Bergette as quickly as possible, and finally take Martino away. Treat me as a dispensable ant that can be pinched to death. I have to say, the same is true of Martino before. Sure enough, Angel, who will fall, is the same. This kind of despise the feeling made Bergette laugh instead of angry. To be honest, he was afraid that there would be no pressure. Martino couldn't help him bring about a bigger transformation. Now these three fallen angels are stronger, but he is still not afraid. Besides, Grand Priest and angels from other universes are there. This time is no longer an ordinary time. It really got to the point where he couldn't control it. He really didn't believe that Angel here would not make a move, and the Grand Priest would stand idly by. Watch the War Zone. Advertisement. In the viewing area of the 11th universe, Supreme Kai Kai and Gods of Destruction Vermut were stunned. A strange energy, centered on the fallen angel Gas, spread wildly in all directions. In an instant, the wind was surging, and the atmosphere of the boundless world changed suddenly. Am I in the parallel world? Will I be willing to fall into this? Cold sweat dripped from her forehead. Angel Makarita raised a finger to point at her chin, suspicious, disturbed, and feeling uneasy. Confidence. Also, Angel Makarita of his own 11th universe. No one expected that such a situation would suddenly happen. The gap between dimensions is too big. She saw her fallen self in another time and space world. Unlike the others, Jiren's fists were clenched at the moment. Angel. Sir, am I dazzled? There seems to be a woman who looks exactly like Mr. Angel in that place. Kokodabu, from Zhao of the proud team wiped his eyes with confidence, and confirmed again and again, what is this? Not real. Don't guess, what you see is all true. I didn't expect the situation to develop to this point. It's really getting more and more serious. Gods of Destruction Vermut, with cold sweat on his forehead, yes this is deeply tricky. And, they all come from parallel time and space. I am afraid that in the future, she will not be better, and she has to worry everywhere, and she has to be careful everywhere. Without hesitation, with a thought, Bergette used the power of space law to display the skills of space beating. This energy can not only isolate everything, even the space is eroded by him and turned into his domain. Now, except for the remaining 11 angels, everyone is powerless. I am afraid that the Black Hand is not them at all, but the adult in their mouth. Angel Margarita of their 11th universe, appeared on the battlefield. He has a desire to rush up to help, but his own strength is too weak, he will be dead if he rushes up, and there is no chance of winning at all. This situation is like the end of the world. He himself did not expect that such a thing would happen, and the fallen angel from other parallel time and space actually appeared in this time and space. The law of space. I have seen many humans who can master this ability, but you are definitely not the best among those humans. The indifferent words fell, and the fallen angel Gas aimed the scepter in the void. The other two angels are angels from the 6 universes that were wiped out by Lord Zeno billions of years ago. It is now completely certain that one of the 3 fallen angels who suddenly appeared is the angel Makalita beside him. This battle is no longer something that mortals like them can participate in. The level of gods of destruction is ants. One of the most shocking and unbelievable is Angel Makalita. If she is not careful, she may become the second angel who is shuffled in this time and space world. Originally, he was just watching as a melon eater, but the melon was eaten and eaten by himself. Now Vermut is very flustered. In just 1 second, most of the boundless world was engulfed by this strange aura. All the players in the power conference were stunned at this time, and the situation was changing so fast that they couldn't react at all. If the self in the parallel world falls, doesn't it mean that the current self also has the possibility of falling? Regarding the words of the three fallen angels, Bergette also made some self-conjectures. Chapter 142 Obstruction. Dilemma. Domain. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. 10th Universe's viewing area. Angel Kessie quietly watched what was happening in front of him. She also understood the layout of the Grand Priest. If it were not for the layout of the Grand Priest, such a thing would never have happened. It turns out that, Lord Grand Priest, you have been in this situation from the beginning, with the help of Bergette's hand to guide Angel Martinu to fall completely, and then follow the clues to lead out the fallen angel who was hiding in the dark. You really have fallen. Great chess game. Grand Priest. Angel Kessie muttered to himself, and slowly got up from his position. This trial is not just a battle between Bergette and the fallen angel Martino. It is the responsibility of all their angels. The three fallen angels who suddenly appeared, she knew them all. Moreover, these three fallen angels do not belong to this time-space world, but come from other parallel time-spaces. With such a serious thing happening, as the oldest angel at present, Kes will naturally not sit still. Just when she was just about to shoot, Grand Priest passed the command into her mind through divine sense. Angel Kirsten, who was just about to act, stopped, and immediately stopped thinking. Master Grand Priest, what are you planning? It's already reached this point, can't you take action? Angel Kessie was stunned, her eyes revealed endless puzzlement color. Up to now, the Grand Priest is still preventing them from letting Angel take action. What is he thinking? It's true that Bergette is strong, but those three fallen angels who suddenly appeared were not simple things. One of the fallen angels, even the high-ranking angels like them must deal with it carefully. Such a terrifying existence, for a mortal to face, is this still an angel? However, she couldn't disobey Grand Priest's orders, she could only obey. Grand Priest did this for a reason. Even though she can see the back of Grand Priest, the gap is still huge. It is impossible to see through it completely, and now we can only wait. 8th Universe here. The situation is getting more and more complicated. Father, what are you waiting for? Even now, we angels still can't take action. The fallen angels from other time and space. HMPH. What a group disgusting guy. Embrace the corruption, is to embrace the darkness. Close black lens bracket Angel Karen can't see too much turbulence on the surface, but the thoughts in his heart are very messy. As one of the top angels, he is also the most special one. Because he once solved a fallen angel 170 with his own hands. He also despised and hated the existence of fallen angel the most. In his words, that is a guy who can't even control his own heart, willingly degenerates, controlled by inner demons. Such an existence is not even qualified to be called angel, but there is another opposite. The title of the fallen angel. If it wasn't for his father's order and they couldn't stop them, Angel Karen would do his part and resolutely attack these fallen angels. The Saiyan in the 6th Universe. I hope you are as incredible as your father expected, and don't die in the hands of those unstyled guys. Up to now, Angel Karen can only hear as a silent blessing to Bergette. In such a sudden situation, they should have taken action. After all, the fallen angel is the opposite of their real angels. As long as it is an angel, then the fallen angel is their enemy. The situation is starting to get out of control. What is Lord Grand Priest's order? When will we, gods of destruction, start? Or, gods of destruction Likir calmly asked Angel Karen beside him. Advertisement. Today, such a big thing is no longer just a battle between a mortal and a fallen angel. These gods, including all the angels, are responsible. Lord Grand Priest's instructions, let us wait and see what happens. Angel Karen replied. So, hearing this, Angel Likir's eyes became complicated, looking towards the area that had been shrouded in, the endless dark red light cut off everything. Facing this kind of enchantment, their gods of destruction did not have any means to break it, and the only one they could count on was Angel. Now that the Grand Priest has given orders to wait and see, they can only wait and see. I hope you can really hold on, the strongest human warrior so far. Gods of destruction Likir sighed weakly. In this situation, we can only pray for a miracle to happen. If they can't hold it, they will die like this, and they can't do anything about it. 7th Universe's viewing area is here. Degenerate angels. And there are 3 of them at once. Those 3 guys don't belong to our world. 35 gods of destruction Beerus immediately recognized the identities of the 3 fallen angels. One of the fallen angels is Angel Makalita of the 11th Universe. However, the angel Margarita of this time and space is still in the 11th universe, so this fallen angel Margarita who suddenly appeared, came, Bebeth, from another parallel time and space. As for the 2 remaining fallen angels, one of them should have perished in that purge billions of years ago. It was erased by Zeno-sama himself, so it shouldn't appear. However, it happened to appear in this time and space. The only explanation is that it does not belong to this time and space, and the fallen angel from other time and space appeared here because of Martinu's fall. Damn. These bastards. Can't we do it? Son Goku was very aggrieved, also Saiyan, he wanted to see the moment when Bergette and the fallen angel Martinu were divided. But it happens at such a critical juncture that such a broken thing occurs. If it weren't for his lack of strength, he would definitely rush to challenge a fallen angel. What the hell is going on? First, Angel from the 12th universe has fallen, and now 3 fallen angels who do not belong to our world have suddenly appeared. With frowning, Vegeta understood that the situation had begun to move towards an uncontrollable situation. Direction has developed. Moreover, Bergette is a Saiyan like them, and the people of the clan have encountered such a crisis, they should go to help, and even if this happens, Angel can't ignore it. As a result, they can't do anything, they can only work here in a hurry. Whis. Beerus' eyes fell on Whis, he was now waiting for Whis' answer. At such a time, the only one who could help was Angel, who were at the gods of destruction level, so they were of no use at all. However, in the face of Beerus' questioning, Whis remained silent and said nothing. Damn, I can't stand it. Vegeta, our fusion time limit should be coming soon, no matter how you try fusion again, no matter what, we can't let those fallen angels succeed, Bergette must not die. The unbearable Son Goku once again made an invitation to fusion to Vegeta. You can see how excited he is now. Fusion. But, Vegeta hesitated, even if they fused in the past, can it really help? It's not that he refuses to fusion, but that fusion can really help, not hold back. He still remembers when Bergette crushed their fusion Gogeta in Super Saiyan Blue 3rd, now Bergette's form, but I don't know how many times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue 3rd. This was all suppressed by the fallen angels, and he and Son Goku fused again. I'm afraid it won't be of much substantial help. Advertisement. Goku-san, Vegeta-san, please be patient. At this moment, Angel Whis, who had been silent for a long time, suddenly spoke. Whis. Son Goku was a little surprised and wanted to ask something, but Whis' eyes told him that there was a chance to shoot, but not now. Goku-san, Vegeta-san, Beerus-sama, just received instructions from Grand Priest Sama. It's not time for us to start, please, just wait. Whis said solemnly. Since it was his father's order, there was no reason to question it. Grand Priest naturally had his reasons for doing so. All they have to do is wait for a suitable opportunity. Damn, still waiting. Son Goku clenched his fists unwillingly. This is also the most realistic portrayal of his heart at this time. 6th universe here. Angel Vados is anxiously taking the initiative to communicate with the Grand Priest. Counting the 3 fallen angels who suddenly appeared, plus Martinu, there were 4 fallen angels. In such a dangerous situation, she could only ask her father for instructions, and Lord Grand Priest quickly rescued Bergette. However, Grand Priest's answer to her, like the answer to other angels, was waiting for a suitable opportunity. Such an answer made Angel Vados feel bad. However, she couldn't refute Grand Priest, and could only wait quietly for Grand Priest's next instructions. Bergette, don't die so easily. Now that the matter has come, Vados can only secretly instruct Bergette in his heart, hoping that the worst ending will not occur. Vados, what are you waiting for, Angel? I can understand that gods of destruction didn't take action. After all, their strength is not enough, and they will die if they go, but as angels, is it really okay to just stand by and watch? The Demon King Hill has a deep and strange murderous aura. In her eyes, there was a layer of murderous intent, which was aimed at Angel. Angel Vados also had cold sweat on his forehead after feeling the killing intent of Demon King Hill, but of course it wasn't because of fear. But because. She was really speechless. HMPH. Sure enough, Angel is the same type as those guys. Seeing Vados say nothing, Demon King Hill knew that Bergette was in big trouble this time. Still, she believes that Bergette can win. How about Angel? What about Fallen Angel? Still can't change that man's invincible figure. It doesn't matter how much you come, he will definitely take it all. Above, Zeno of Homeworld. It seems that someone interfered with Bergette's battle with Martino. Rule breakers are to be wiped out. Zeno in the future time and space. N. Those who break the rules, no matter who they are, can't stay, they must be wiped out. Lord Zeno, now is not the best time to take action, and since those people do not belong to our time and space, now is not the best time to erase them. Grand Priest suddenly interjected, expressing his opinion. Zeno of Homeworld. Oh. Grand Priest doesn't think it's the best time to wipe them out now. Listen to you, Grand Priest, and wipe them out later. Now, it is far from the best time to take action. Fallen Angel Gas. Fallen Angel Martino. Advertisement. His understanding of the laws of space is far from the current level. Shut up. Damn woman. If you don't speak, no one will treat you as dumb, and if he agrees, there's no need to fulfill that boring condition, right? Fallen Angel Margarita smiled strangely, cold eyes glanced at Martinu, who was also a fallen angel. It's been a long time since I met such an interesting mortal as you, there are so many reincarnations, and faced with so many of us fallen angels are not afraid of ordinary lifeforms. Well, I'll give you a chance to join us, get out of here with us. Fallen Angel Margarita invited Bergette to join her. Fallen Angel Makalita, come, you can't let go easily. Inside the huge dark red sphere, the 4 fallen angels looked at Bergette, who was already in her hands, with malicious intent. She and Bergette have an unending relationship, and the humiliation she received on Bergette before, she has to pay back 1,000 times, 10,000 times, and even 1,000,000 times. In her opinion, Bergette is much more useful than Martino. As soon as this remark came out, it immediately aroused the dissatisfaction of the fallen angel Martinu. P.S. Thank you 13,824. For 1,000 points of support, thank you very much. Hey, you didn't promise me before. Fallen Angel Martinu's words were filled with anger and coldness. Moreover, he has to prepare for the appearance of the final Black Hand. Perhaps he noticed Bergette's indomitable gaze and the fighting intent brewing in that gaze. Since you are here, don't leave. No one can keep you. Fallen Angel Miranda, it seems that you also know that there is nowhere to hide now. Let me introduce to you, this is the world I created. The flow rate of time is different from the flow rate of the outside world. Even if an hour has passed here, the outside world has only passed 1 hour. It's only seconds. The fallen angel Gas was arrogantly introducing his abilities to Bergette, as if he wanted to take this opportunity to test Bergette and see how this human's mind was. She wants Bergette to live and die. Damn it. Is it a territorial all-round restriction skill? The attainment of the law of space has reached this point. Cold sweat fell on his forehead, and Bergette can clearly feel that now the outside world and everything here have been completely isolated. Now, the place is a whole new little world. He was trapped here, and the 4 fallen angels were right in front of him. Next, I'm afraid there will be big trouble. If necessary, lead it to the devil, and then take it away. It is more useful than this angel Martinu on the side. If there were no scruples, the 3 fallen angels would have been captured by him with one hand the moment they appeared, and had been wiped out by Lord Zeno himself. After getting a satisfactory answer, Grand Priest nodded with a smile, then turned around and looked at the huge energy body that could cut off everything. He also practiced the laws of space. Although Bergette's attainment of the laws of space is very high, it is far less than the fallen angel Gas who has displayed his domain skills. Zeno in the future. Just listen to Grand Priest, we'll erase them later. Rather than take this fat woman back, let Bergette go back with them. Mr. Bergette, I'm afraid I'll be wrong for a while. Close black lens bracket with a silent recitation in his heart, Grand Priest secretly activated his energy and began to seal off this realm of nothingness, and even the entire time and space. A murderous intent flashed in his eyes. Cut. It's a tricky ability, but it's within the expected range. A wicked smile appeared on Bergette's face, and the militant factor in her body was ready to stir at this moment. Hey, Makalita-san, don't forget the conditions we promised to Martinuson before, as well as the order of that lord. I know you value this mortal very much, but I'm afraid he doesn't bother to look directly. Come on. The fallen angel Murata said in a mocking tone. He wants to wipe out the 3 fallen angels here. Chapter 143 Absolute Power Suppression Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. You. Bewildered by the jokes of the fallen angel Makalita, Martinu was furious. She couldn't even tell the difference between east, west, north, south, and was toyed with by these 3 fallen angels, but she couldn't resist. As for fallen angel Murata and fallen angel Gas, they actually understand what fallen angel Makalita means. After all, they are teammates who have gone through countless reincarnations, so how can they not know that this is just a joke? Don't care about Martinu's words, the Lord may punish them. After all, their original purpose is to take Martinu away. Of course, they also heard what the fallen angel Makarita was thinking. It's just, is this mortal in front of him so talkative? If it was so easy to talk, it would not be in such an awkward opposite now. Indeed, compared to the fallen angel Martino, Bergette's strength can completely surpass it. Fallen angel Gas also took a fancy to this, so he didn't shoot directly at the beginning, crushing the mortal ants who came to him. After all, such an excellent seedling, it is indeed a pity to let it go. Taking him is more valuable than taking Martinu. I agree with this, but the request of the Lord is to take Martinu away. Therefore, it is not so simple to have both. The corner of his mouth was slightly ups and downs. Fallen angel Gast's eyes did not leave Bergette's body. Although verbally it is the cry of a mortal ant. But through his eyesight, it is natural to see how mysterious and unfathomable Bergette's specialness is. Powerful, eerie, even unique. He has lived for an unknown number of years, traveling back and forth in countless parallel time and space, and it is the first time he has seen such an outstanding mortal. The refined divine power and the power in Saiyan's bloodline were fully activated. The 2 fundamentally different powers were actually fused by this mortal and sublimated to this level. If you take it away and guide it slowly, a peerless powerhouse will definitely be born, and even this combat power will not be weaker than him in the future. To put it another way, if Bergette really wants to, it will be of great help to the adults' plan. You can't disobey the order of the adults, and you can't easily let go of such a good seedling. It's better to take it away by force, and it will save you wasting time. Maybe the adults will really give us rewards. Maybe. 35 Fallen Angel Mila Damon said casually. At the same time, her scarlet eyes glanced slightly at Bergette. With just one look, Bergette felt like she was being seen all over her body. Open black lens bracket are these fallen angels. Are all monsters. Just one look will make me unable to move. And that so-called adult. Who is it? With fists clenched, Bergette dare not relax. For him, as an absolute human powerhouse, he originally controlled everything, and then crushed Angel Martinu. Advertisement. Even crushed Martinu after the fall. However, now, he has become the item that these fallen angels are talking about whether to take away. It seems that there is no ability to resist at all. Then, the human powerhouse of this time and space world, you have another chance to choose, whether you choose to agree to join us and go with us, or do we force you to take you away. To be able to defeat the fallen Martinu, it's really amazing, but you should also know that with your ability, you are not the opponent of the 3 fallen angels. Join us, I can also promise you a condition for free, how about it? The fallen angel Makalita smiled with a smile, full of evil. This is completely different from Angel Makarita, who is not depraved. This kind of malicious intentions, touching the bottom of my heart, also makes people unable to see what she is thinking. As soon as these words came out, the fallen angel Martinu's face instantly changed color. You guys, you have clearly promised me before, you are also fallen angels, but you tend to be mortals in this mere mortal. Fallen angel Martinu is furious and can't suppress the anger in his heart. The relationship between him and Bergette is so deep that it can be said that it is endless, and everyone wants to kill the other. She became a fallen angel thanks to Bergette. Now these fallen angels, because of Bergette's specialness, have to violate the agreement with her. She didn't understand, and couldn't figure it out, why a mere mortal could be favored by these fallen angels, and even she, who was also a fallen angel, had a feeling of being ostracized by these people. Martinu yo. This is also something that can't be helped. Although it is really amazing that you can complete the depravity by yourself, but this mortal is much more valuable than you. I believe that adults will see it as well. I think. The fallen angel Makarita smiled gloomily. I advise you to let go of the revenge obsession in your heart, besides, you have no right to choose. If you don't follow us, you will be caught by this world of time and space. Grand Priest and Xeno obliteration. With cold words, he analyzed the current situation to the deepest point. After the fall, she also perfectly showed the gloomy, cunning and weird character of Harley Quinn. The existence of these fallen angels was originally a person who would not be restrained and could do whatever they wanted. A mere Martinu, they didn't want to take care of this shit at first, but there was no way, the Lord gave an order for them to take her away. Furthermore, there is another reason, that is, the fallen angel Markarita herself is very unhappy with Martinu, the angel. Although from a different time and space world, the fallen angel Martinu is still his mortal enemy and the most hated angel in the time and space world that used to be Makalita. That's why, she would tease Martino so much, and she would rather choose Bergette, a mortal, than the fallen angel Martino, who is of the same kind. Having communicated here, Martino also knew that he had no other way to go. The only way is to forcibly suppress the anger in his heart, wait for escape from danger, and then make plans. In simple words, that is, this revenge must be avenged. If she does not report it now, she will definitely find an opportunity to avenge it in the future. Seeing 3 fallen angels from other parallel worlds, he didn't take himself seriously at all. As a traveler, Bergette is also filled with anger at this moment. Unwillingness and dissatisfaction are certain, it seems, he really has no room for maneuver. How? Have you made a decision? We don't have much time. Fallen angel Markarita said again. These words, like a fuse, directly ignited Bergette. Humph, it's as if I have no choice but to go with you. Do you really think I'm a plaything in your hands? Can you play with me at will? This kind of lofty attitude really makes people very popular big. A voice representing strong dissatisfaction and anger came out of Bergette's mouth. Advertisement. At this moment, his expression was gloomy and terrifying. If his eyes could kill, the 4 fallen angels in front of him would not know how many times they had been killed by him. Because of the huge fluctuation of emotions, Bergette's breath and combat strength values increased slightly, and the energy also got a partial sublimation. But the distance to complete transformation and evolution is still a little short. As soon as these words came out, the face of fallen angel Makalita turned black. The fallen angel Martinu on the side showed a wicked smile. Since Bergette doesn't agree, it means that he can kill him later. Whoops. It's really a pity. I didn't expect that Armakarita-san personally invited this mortal to join and was rejected. It seems that the other party doesn't care about you at all. He covered his mouth and chuckled. Fallen angel Murata teases fallen angel Makalita. It looks like it's not too big of a deal to watch a good show. And the rejected fallen angel Markarita also showed her cruel side. The blackened her and the her before the blackened are two completely different extremes. You. Are you really going to reject me? You have to know that there are countless parallel time and space worlds, but no human being has the qualifications to let me speak these words. Fallen angel Markarita whispered. Invisible murderous intent emerged from her eyes. An extremely deep and icy killing intent was revealed. As a fallen angel, no one has ever dared to disobey her orders, and now a mere Bergette dared to disobey her. Really courting death. Take mortals as chess pieces that you can drive at will, let me join you, it is impossible from the beginning, Makarita of another time and space world, I have to say, you before the blackening, a little more a hint of charm, but after the blackening of you, it really makes people feel sick, ugly guy. Bergette does not give any face to the fallen angel Makalita. As soon as these words came out, Bergette could clearly feel that the killing intent from the fallen angel Markarita became heavier. Very good. Your name is Bergette, right? You have successfully angered me. The only chance to survive is in front of you. If you miss it, even if you regret it, it's too late. In the eyes of fallen angel Margarita the red light appeared, and the next second, the majestic evil energy was liberated with her as the center, and the invisible power of the law poured out in an instant. Feeling this terrifying sense of oppression and the coercion straight to the soul, Bergette's body instinctively sent a dangerous signal. This dangerous level is not the 13th dimension, but the 14th dimension. The dimension of this fallen angel Margarita is much higher than him. Let's finish it quickly, don't waste time. It's the best choice to knock him out and take him away by force. Fallen angel Gas urged. Katakana middle dot for flowers katakana middle dot katakana middle dot. After the pure power of space law blends with your own special energy, the attack formed as terrifying, but that's all. Mortals are always mortals, even if they master the power of space law, they are ants in front of fallen angel. With a sarcastic sigh, the scepter in the hand of the fallen angel Margarita was aimed a little under his feet. At the moment when the energy ball was separated from the palm, the manic power of space law blended with Bergette's special energy, constantly expanding, and the volume became larger and larger. Take the move. Super space katakana middle dot destroy the bomb. With a roar, Bergette threw the space wrecking ball, which had been brewed to the extreme, from the palm of his hand. This was his greatest attack so far to liberate energy and squeeze the power of space laws. This way of speaking is that they don't care about Bergette at all, not even Bergette's ultimate move. But for other fallen angels, I'm afraid, the effect is not so good. Advertisement. He didn't know what happened at this moment. Humph. Do you really think I'll just sit still? It's ridiculous. No matter what, I won't let it go. With a sneer, Bergette clenched her teeth, and the power of space law erupted again, which can be said to be completely liberation. Even if he can't get out of this realm, he can still do it if he crosses the space inside. Although the flow of time here is different from the flow of time outside, even if an hour has passed here and only a second has passed outside, God knows when the Grand Priest outside will shoot. It was him who silently teleported Bergette from the position just now to them. What a powerful force of space law, it seems that he wants to blow up all of us. Margarita-san, can you stop it? If you can't stop it, all of us will die because of this. Yo. The corners of his mouth undulated slightly, and the fallen angel Murata sneered. When he came to the highest point of this small world, Bergette stood above the void, his hands clasped together, the power of space law, and his two special fusion energies were all gathered in the palm of his hand and compressed with all his strength. A force of space law deeper than he mastered was released, forcibly shifting his position to the front of fallen angel Margarita. The power of space law was fully stimulated under his full guidance, causing the world to vibrate. Such a sudden change made Bergette secretly insecure. This is the chain formed by the power of the dark angels. Not everyone can break free, even among the angels, only the upper angels can deal with people. Feeling this unimaginable terrifying power, fallen angel Martinu showed an unbelievable look on her face. Her facial expression became very ferocious, and her eyes slightly glanced at the three fallen angels beside her. Bergette. The next second, without giving Bergette a chance to react, there was another violent ripple in the space around him. This humiliation must be washed away by Bergette's despair. As I said before, I have seen a lot of human beings who master the power of space laws. In terms of space attainments, I am much higher than you. At this time, the cold eyes of fallen angel Gas locked on Bergette. Obviously just now the release of the power of space was done by him. However, she was in a hurry because of this attack, so it could be judged that both of them were fallen angels, and the difference between them was not even a single star. It's finally completed, and it's the first attempt. I don't know if this move can blow a gap between the isolation barrier between this world and the boundless world. Muttering to himself, the corners of Bergette's mouth undulated slightly, revealing a sinister smile. She had a feeling that she was being tricked. With the power of this move, he was 100% sure that the fallen angel Martinu would be blown to pieces. After condensing for a few seconds, his nirvana was finally condensed. Just when Bergette was about to distance herself from him, the fallen angel Margarita didn't give him a chance, and the strange breath formed an iron chain, which firmly blocked Bergette's limbs. In the blink of an eye, he came to the highest point of the world in this field. The ridicule of the fallen angel Murata beside him made the anger in the heart of the fallen angel Margarita even stronger. Nani. The nirvana was erased so easily, making Bergette's eyes widen in disbelief. It was found that the other three were unmoved, as if ignoring this terrifying blow. If he really wants to make a move, his field can't last for too long. In an instant, an invisible dark black shock wave spread, and in a blink of an eye, Bergette's nirvana, the super space destroying bomb, was completely destroyed. Chapter 144 Saiyan's Most Essential Power. Ultimate Transformation. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Little man, it's not a wise move to reject my good intentions. I can give you another chance at last, if you agree to be my subordinate. Now I can let you go without saying anything, and I will still be there. The future will help you become stronger. As long as you are obedient enough. But if you don't want to. The evil and chilling face of the fallen angel Margarita was so playful. At this time, even if Bergette stimulates her, she still wants to control Bergette and make Bergette work for her. In a simple word, the more obedience, the less resistance, but the less fun. Bergette's toughness made the fallen angel Margarita's desire to conquer even stronger. In this case, it seems impossible to reverse the general. Fallen Angel Gas and Fallen Angel Murata on the side also smiled playfully. Want to see how hard Bergette's mouth is? Just before Bergette could answer, the fallen angel Martinu, who had long been unbearable, released the power of his fallen angel and dealt a fatal blow to Bergette's body. The majestic darkness angel's power flooded Bergette's body like this, tormenting Bergette's body and mind. Huh, who allowed you to do it without authorization? Martinu, do you want to die? The fallen angel Makarita was extremely dissatisfied and annoyed and released coercion, a terrifying dark breath, and instantly haunted by the fallen angel Martino. Even so, Martino still did not let go. She gritted her teeth hard and stared at the fallen angel Margarita. This chance, how could she let it go? She would torture Bergette to death. Humph, he is my enemy. Since this human has rejected you, why should you force him to join? Wouldn't it be better for me to personally send him on the road? Under the unimaginable pressure, the fallen angel Martinu's eyes full of 173 evil spirits did not show any fear. The humiliation and anger of being crushed and beaten before, she must return it all. Now, she has absolute certainty that even if she does this, they will not dare to do anything to herself. The adult they spoke of wanted her to be taken away safely. You, seemingly seeing Martinu's reliance, self-righteous, fallen angel Makalita just wanted to get angry, but was stopped by a look from the fallen angel Gas. At this point, Margarita felt that she was about to succeed, but was destroyed by this damn fat woman. HMPH, you seem to take yourself too seriously. Even if the adults ask us to take you back, you still don't know what the outcome will be. The fallen angel Margarita has a gloomy face and is very emotional, unhappy. This appearance is very unpleasant, as if his favorite toy was suddenly taken away by someone else. Forget it. Since this human being is so tough, he still refuses to let go, so it's better to kill him. And avoid extraneous incidents, said the fallen angel Gas. He had said so, and the fallen angel Murata had no objection. As fun as Bergette is, it's certainly time-consuming. Advertisement. Forget it. All the companions said so, and the fallen angel Margarita only ended there. Put away the playful heart, and don't plan to do anything more. When he finally got what he wanted, Martinu laughed gloomily. He. You have finally fallen into my hands, do you still have the courage to face me now? Regret. If you hadn't been stupid enough to challenge Angel, things wouldn't have gotten to this point, but I have to thank you for making me happen. Quote. At this moment, Martinu was completely reduced to a fallen angel who was controlled by his inner demon, and his fallen nature was completely revealed. Don't waste time. I can feel that Grand Priest seems to be about to start action, get rid of him quickly, and then leave this world with us. The fallen angel Gas seemed to have noticed something, and immediately urged with the fallen angel Martino. In his perception, the Grand Priest has already begun to act, and this operation must not fail. Alas, what a pity. Bergette, did you hear? That powerful depraved angel asked me to execute you quickly. Originally, I wanted to continue to play with you and torture you for a while, but now it doesn't seem to work. Thank me for my kindness, and I'll send you on your way right away. The smile on his face became more and more evil, and the fallen angel Martino began to act. 35 Just when the fallen angel Martinu was about to give Bergette a fatal blow, Bergette laughed wildly. The smile on his face also became more and more unbridled. I can still laugh out loud now. I have to say that this mortal's heart is really big. Fallen angel Murata continued her ridicule and said. After a long laugh, Bergette's face reappeared with the long-lost confidence. The power of the fallen angel is indeed terrifying, but you seem to be too confident in your own power. Do you think the power I use now is all I have? Until now, I have been seeking Grape to help me unleash that latent power. Bergette grinned. These words had too many meanings and obvious meanings, which made the fallen angel Martinu frown slightly. After all, the shock and wonder that Bergette brought her before was too much, it was hard for her not to believe what the man in front of her said. After hearing this, fallen angel Makalita, fallen angel Murata, and fallen angel Gas were all slightly taken aback, and felt incredible. What does Bergette mean? Is he not going all out in this crisis situation, or is he just putting on the air? Stop acting like that. With the power of blood and the power of God, this is all you are, and your limit ends here. Bergette, even if you have the power of mystical ascension, you can't get out of the current predicament. Fallen angel Martino was obviously a little flustered, but she remained calm. In such a crisis situation, if Bergette had more powerful strength, I am afraid that it would be used in the moment the battle began, and she would never become their prisoner like now. So, she was sure, Bergette must be putting on a pose. However, the fallen angel Martino did not know Bergette, and never knew that Bergette has always been the kind of person who never tells a lie. As a strong man, he disdains to lie. If everyone in the sixth universe at this moment heard Bergette's words, they would be very surprised, because they all knew that what Bergette said must be true. If it is true, how terrible should Bergette be now? After he evolves again, what level will he reach, and what height will he evolve to? The fusion of the power of blood and the power of God can no longer satisfy Bergette, so what will the evolution look like again? Is it to develop a kind of transformation that has never been seen before, Super Saiyan on the realm of the gods, or is it a representative transformation of the evolution of the power of blood of a higher level, the sixth level of Super Saiyan? There is another possibility, that is to evolve again on the basis of the two powers that have been fused, and completely transform and sublime, thereby creating a new power system and walking out of his own unique path. All three hypotheses are possible. Advertisement. If what this mortal said is true, it would be really interesting. Fallen Angel Murata covered his mouth and chuckled. Fallen Angel Gas and Fallen Angel Makarita also cheered up a little. Can mortals really evolve to that level? You angels above, you will never know how far a mortal will evolve when he faces adversity and move forward bravely without fear of everything. How can the limits of mortals be arbitrarily guessed by you guys? For you fallen angels, who consider themselves lofty and claim to be supreme beings, you represent the absolute, but in my opinion, your fallen angels are just a group of demons who can't even overcome their own inner demons, completely controlled by desires. The fallen puppet. The so-called fallen angel is just a joke. I will show you that mortals surpassed God and surpassed your angels. Open your eyes and show me what I look like after I have mastered Saiyan's original power. You are also the first audience to witness my evolution again, but don't be petrified. Grinned, Bergette's forehead bulged with blue veins, and her facial expression became very ferocious and terrifying at this moment. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark single quote. A dark red breath gushed out from Bergette's body. As soon as this breath came out, the expressions of the four fallen angels present changed drastically. This power is the power of corruption. Could it be that this Saiyan, with the help of their amount, also embraces the darkness like them? They won't know that thanks to the stimulation of the evil power of these fallen angels, the Saiyan power that Bergette has been sleeping in has been awakened. This power is possessed by every Saiyan, but they just don't know how to discover and use it. Now, Bergette's evil heart, Saiyan's heart power, stimulated by the power of this fallen angel, has been awakened. Perhaps, it will be different from the previous transformation. It is neither the transformation of the Super Saiyan Blue Third Order God Realm, nor the development and evolution of the bloodline direction of Super Saiyan Fourth Order and Super Saiyan Fifth Order. However, what can be confirmed is that when this power awakens, Bergette will definitely be stronger than now. No, I will never let you succeed. Fallen Angel Martinu felt bad. She immediately mobilized all the power of Fallen Angel and launched an attack on Bergette. I just remembered to attack now, it's too late. The moment Martinu mobilized the power of the Fallen Angel, Bergette's breath storm had begun to spread. Boom. Violent shock wave blasted the Fallen Angel Martinu out in an instant. Her Fallen Angel power was completely shattered as a result. The shock wave generated by the explosion swept across all directions like a rolling giant wave, and the energy spurted out countless dark red lightning, so destructive that even the existence of the 14th dimension dared not touch it easily. Not only that, Bergette's transformation continues. It seems that what this mortal said is not false, it is really a terrifying force. This mortal has begun to embrace evil forces, and like us, he has fallen into self-degeneration. The fallen angel Gas chuckled, as if he saw that he was the most satisfied the result of fear. They are the ants, but the terrifying aura emanating invisibly during the transformation made her instinct and soul feel deep fear. How could 1.5 be raised to such a level? The fallen angel Murata was startled, feeling the terrifying energy that kept rising. Her mouth grew, cold sweat fell on her forehead, and a look of astonishment and disbelief appeared on her face. Look. Bergette, who was in the ray of light, had a sacred and powerful appearance before, but now, it has added a hint of aura belonging to the devil. The dark red aura lingered around his body, completely integrated into the power of blood and the power of God. Form a unique, spooky, sacred, powerful, violent, evil, savage special power. Now that Bergette is willing to degenerate and has fallen to the same level as them, the gods in this world can no longer tolerate him, and the only choice is to leave with them. Advertisement. Such overwhelming aura and terrifying power are terrifying and shocking, just like the awakening of beasts in the Great Desolate Period. She couldn't tell what was going on with this feeling. The deafening sound of explosions spread throughout this small world, and the world of this special realm shook non-stop, as if it were about to collapse. This guy, like Garth, will completely master the power after the fall. Will not be affected by this power. All stand back. Realizing that the situation was wrong, Fallen Angel Gas stood in front of several people, his eyes narrowed, his vigilance was raised, and the power of Fallen Angel in his body was released. The formation of a protective cover enveloped the four. Things are getting more and more interesting now. It's rare to see mortals who are willing to fall and embrace evil. A glint of light flashed in the eyes of Fallen Angel Murata, who was very excited about this, interested. The imposing manner that the other party is only showing now is no less than hers, and even vaguely stronger than her. Boom. With a loud noise, Bergette's coercion, at this moment, tilted away like an overwhelming sea. Go. Mercilessly impacted. The power of Bergette's evolution has exceeded her imagination. The violent aura impacted like a turbulent sea, layer upon layer, spreading again and again. The power became more and more terrifying, impacting this small world, causing the world to shake non-stop, and the space barrier was shaken out countless times. There are dense gaps and cracks all over the place, which make people feel numb on the scalp. With the fusion of that strange energy, in front of Bergette, the breath formed a giant ape with a huge body, full of violence and murderous aura. Rude guy. Fallen Angel Gas was quick-witted, and immediately mobilized his energy to shoot a dark red energy bullet that collided with it. Single quote comma 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 exclamation mark 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 single quote. She had a hunch in her heart that even if Bergette fell, she would not lose her heart, but would only become stronger, and he himself would not be affected in any way. Ah. Fallen angel Margarita is even more unbelievable. As a Harley Quinn, her completely stunned expression is particularly conspicuous. It also made her instinctively fearful. The imposing manner of destroying the sky and destroying the earth turned into a scarlet energy light, and suddenly rose from the ground, running through this small world. The power is still increasing. It was an emotion she hadn't seen in years. Quote comma 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 exclamation mark 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 quote quote. The evil giant ape screamed in the sky, aimed in the direction of the four fallen angels, and sprayed out a dark red energy cannonball. Before, she also wanted to control Bergette and let Bergette do things for her willingly. Now it seems how stupid and deadly this idea is. Before, Bergette was just an ant that they could crush at will, but now Bergette, what kind of ant is that? Only the fallen angel Margarita did not say a word, she stared straight at the center of the red storm that was set off. The most fearful thing is the fallen angel Martinu at the moment. No. Impossible. I absolutely don't believe it. Are you really immortal? Fallen angel Martinu's vision was completely refreshed, and she was dumbfounded at the moment. Now, she feels this kind of coercion and fear from a mortal. Chapter 145 The Ultimate Embodiment. Fear of Mortals. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The whole small world seems to be about to collapse in half at this moment, and a red light falls from a crack in the void, which also means that the link between the outside world and this small world has been opened by a crack. This also causes people in the boundless world to feel what is going on through this crack. The boundless temple of Zeno. The grand priest at this moment, with his own ability, in just 1 second, blocked the entire boundless realm and time and space. Just when he was about to shoot, the terrifying aura coming from the crack interrupted his action. This air is a fallen angel. No, no. It's Bergette-san. Has he evolved again? His brows jumped, and a look of disbelief appeared on Grand Priest's face. In such a short period of time, it has evolved several times in a row, constantly climbing, and constantly becoming stronger. At this time, Bergette, in terms of strength, no longer belongs to the level of the lower angel. However, there is still a long way to go before the top angel. This energy is not the power of God, nor the power of blood, but a very strange power of the heart. Bergette-san, did you choose to fall like Martino? With your character and disposition, this kind of fall will never happen to you, but, what is this strange evil spirit? Grand Priest felt that the situation seemed to be a little bad, and it had exceeded his expectations. Bergette is a crucial part of his plan. Such a strong man must not have any major problems in a certain link, otherwise, it will do nothing but harm to his future plans. Watch the war zone. 6th universe here. This aura, is it from Brother Bergette? No. How did Brother Bergette's aura become like this? It's completely different from just now. Through this crack, Caulifla can feel Bergette's aura advancing by leaps and bounds. It became deeply evil again. This aura was completely different from the Bergette just now, and couldn't be associated with each other at all. Brother Bergette, what happened inside? Kale's delicate body trembled, and the emotion of fear spread to her heart, and the Chuan 14 super blood vessels in her body were also trembling, causing her to be in fear both physically and mentally. What a strong evil spirit, can it be spread here in that crack? What happened in there? Cold sweat fell on his forehead, and Paradin looked nervous, secretly clenching his fists. That terrifying aura far surpassed the fallen angel Martinu before. What happened in that huge ball of energy light? The situation seems to be getting worse and worse. Open black lens bracket damn. So far, what are the angels doing? Even though they are higher than gods of destruction, they don't act at all at this time, really. Damn. Demon King Hill secretly clenching his fists, he sneered at these angels in his heart. Usually, these angels are mysterious and powerful, but when it comes to the critical moment, they do nothing at all. Is this also worthy of being called angel? Let's just call it a shriveled turtle. And right now, Angel Vados is here. Her eyes were dignified, and she stared at the source of the strong evil energy. Advertisement. Judging by the breath, this breath is exactly Bergette's breath. Father, is Bergette-san being infected by evil forces? Is this also part of your plan? As a daughter, I can't guess what you want to do. With fists clenched, Angel Vados is very emotional at the moment in a hurry. All of them were not allowed to act rashly without an order from the Grand Priest. Angel, too. The gods of destruction Champa on the side can only be anxious, because his own strength is too weak, he now has no choice but to rush up. On the 6th universe side, there was only one person, and after seeing this situation, a slight smile appeared on his face. Yes, that's it, Brother Bergette, fall, as long as you fall, you will become the same existence as those fallen angels. At that time, the Grand Priest cannot keep you in this world, and your fate is destined to follow like those fallen angels. They were wiped out by Lord Zeno. Close black lens bracket. At this moment, Gabe does not know how happy he is. Ever since Bergette was enveloped by that huge energy, he knew that his eldest brother was about to perish. Even if his eldest brother dies, he will not feel the slightest sadness. Now, his heart has been blackened, and his feelings for Bergette have long since disappeared because of that blackened heart. If Gabe's inner turmoil at this moment was seen clearly by the other players and angels, he would probably be destroyed directly at this moment. The sixth universe doesn't need this kind of traitor. If Bergette knew what Gabe was thinking at the moment, she would probably sigh helplessly. This little brother at the time has now gone astray. It's really frustrating. Seventh universe here. This feeling isn't right, is it, Bergette? There was a resonance in the veins in her body, and Vegeta felt something was wrong. He couldn't tell what was going on with this feeling. It was as if something was pulling his bloodline power, as if some kind of power that was dormant in his heart was about to be awakened at this moment, which made Vegeta feel very strange. This feeling. What's going on in there? Why do I feel so uneasy? My bloodline power is restless. Cold sweat fell on his forehead, and Son Goku tried his best to calm his restless power. This power does not belong to the power of their Saiyan blood, nor the power of the gods they cultivated. Not only they have this feeling, but also Son Gohan, that kind of strange energy slumbering in their Saiyan's heart is being guided and aroused little by little. What are you two talking to yourself? Gods of Destruction. Beerus felt extremely strange, his eyes fell on the Saiyans Son Goku and Vegeta, and he still didn't understand these two Saiyans. What are they talking about? Lord Beerus, we can't say what it feels like, but my intuition tells me that this feeling comes from Bergette. What happened in it? Son Goku's eyes were solemn, and his spirit became very nervous. His eyes fell on the slightly missing corner of the huge energy body. From that crack, he felt an extremely evil power. This power was completely different from the evil brought by the fallen angel before. The only explanation was that it came from Bergette. However, at a point that no one has noticed, the legendary Super Saiyan Broly of the 7th universe is now in a state of loss of self. At this moment, Broly's eyes were dull, and he couldn't see the slightest sanity in his eyes. This appearance is very similar to the absent-minded state after he entered the super transcendent state. It's just that now, he has not entered the super transmission state, but has become like this in his normal state. Advertisement. No one knows what's going on, and I'm afraid only Broly himself knows what happened to him that made him what he is now. Whis-san, isn't the time yet? Piccolo, the only think tank in the Z-Warrior, asked Whis with his eyes fixed on him. All of them were waiting for Whis' next instructions, and only if Angel gave the order, they could do something, otherwise, it would just be a disservice. Hearing this, Whis shook his head, indicating that the time has not come, and he still needs to wait for a while. This kind of answer made the Z-Warriors feel helpless, but there was nothing they could do, so now they could only wait quietly for the opportunity, until the opportunity that their angel identified came. Father, what are you planning? Now, if we don't take action, not only will Bergette be in danger, but the 3 fallen angels you have tried so hard to lead will also take Martinu away. Close black lens bracket. Angel Whis looked solemn, raised his head slightly and looked at the Grand Priest in Zeno Temple. At this moment, Grand Priest seemed to notice Whis' gaze, turned his head to look at Whis, and nodded under the serious questioning gaze of the other party. Seeing this, Whis' expression changed, and he instantly understood Grand Priest's thoughts and plans. It turns out that, my father, your calculations are really high. Without all of us being aware of it, the boundless realm and this time and space have been blocked. Even if the fallen angels have left behind, hard to fly. Close black lens bracket. Whis understands the idea of Grand Priest. This time, Grand Priest is inevitable for the fallen angels. No matter what the cost, these 3 fallen angels, today, will all die in the boundless realm of time and space. The viewing area of the 8th universe. Angel Karen's eyes were solemn, and in his eyes, there was a layer of mysterious power of law. His eyes, through all the spaces, including the huge dark red energy body, saw the world in it. And what kind of situation is happening in that world at the moment, now he is clear. When Bergette awakened, accumulating his own strength in that majestic evil spirit, an unbelievable look appeared on his face. It seems that the situation has become more and more interesting. I wonder if it has developed to this point, whether it is also what you expected, Grand Priest Sama. 35 Angel Karen said indifferently. What do you mean? Could it be that the development of this situation, and the majestic evil spirit, are all in the calculations of Lord Grand Priest? Gods of Destruction. Likier asked with a puzzled look. At the same time, a storm surged in his heart. If this is really the case, and it has developed to such a point that it is out of control, it is all under the control of the Grand Priest, then how terrible should the Grand Priest be? Step by step, the power conference was held to seduce the 3 fallen angels. It's true. Terrifying. You'll know right away, Lord Likier. The corners of his mouth undulated slightly. Angel Karen sold a sigh of relief. His eyes were constantly watching the situation in that special world. Open black lens bracket. What kind of man are you? Such a deep evil spirit comes from your heart. Are you going to control this evil power for your own use, or be manipulated by this power and become a puppet of power? Close black lens bracket. Angel Curran suddenly had a strong interest in Bergette. He has lived for an unknown length of time, and he has witnessed universes' reincarnation, death and rebirth again and again. Every mortal is in his eyes, whether it is evil or just. He had seen them all, the strong were not absent, but there was no strong man as pure and strong as Bergette. This is also the first mortal who can actively liberate the power of inner demons. Angel Curran is looking forward to what the future will look like after Bergette. Whether he will be manipulated by this evil power and lose himself, or will he turn passive into active, overcome the power of inner demons, and control it. Advertisement. Open black lens bracket. I'm looking forward to your future more and more. You really deserve to be the messenger who is valued by your father, the champion of the power conference, and the strongest human being in the 12 universes. 173. Close black lens bracket. Angel Curran's mouth wagged slightly. He knew, the time to start is coming. 10th Universe's viewing area. Angel Kess also watched what was happening in that dark world through her own abilities. As the eldest of the 12 angels and the eldest daughter of Grand Priest, her realm and strength are infinitely close to Grand Priest. Therefore, she can see through at a glance what is happening in that dark realm. The internal changes were all within her sight. The corners of Angel Kessie's mouth undulated slightly, and a smile appeared on her face. Good show, it's on. Located in the domain world created by the fallen angel gas. The power that was surging like a beast tide before has gradually calmed down. This shaking little world has also become stable. But even so, the 4 fallen angels did not dare to slack off. Because Bergette, who had burst out with that terrifying power just now, was now wrapped in a mass of black energy, turning into an extremely black sphere suspended in the void. Everything became very smooth, and Bergette also turned into a black energy sphere. What the hell is that guy doing? With such a huge momentum, is it to turn himself into this sphere? 35 Fallen Angel Martinu wiped the cold sweat from his forehead, clenched his teeth, and frowned. Now, there is no scent about Bergette, and no idea what condition Bergette is in. But the huge impact and power just now left her fresh in her memory, and she did not dare to slack off in the slightest. Therefore, even if Bergette became a sphere, she did not dare to act rashly, and only pinned her hopes on the other 3 fallen angels. No, Fallen Angel Murata found a strange place. Her eyes narrowed slightly, and the ability of the Eye of Insight was activated. A flash of red light flashed across her pupils, and at this moment her eyes could see through everything, and she wanted to use this ability to see what happened inside Bergette. However, her all-seeing Eye of Insight was unable to penetrate the strange energy state inside and see Bergette's current condition. What the hell did this Saiyan do? Why does it make me feel so uneasy? Cold sweat fell on her forehead, and Angel Makarita felt fear for the first time. As fallen angels, they are basically not afraid of any existence other than the adult, not even the Grand Priest. But now, they felt trembling and timid from their souls, as if the suppression came from their souls. After living for so many years, traveling through countless parallel time and space. Fear of a mortal, this is, the first time. Chapter 146 The Battle of Angel. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Boom boom. Suddenly, a muffled thunder sound like a heartbeat came from the dark energy ball. This is just the beginning. Dong 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 dong. The beating of the heart became faster and faster, and the sound became more and more permeating. Fallen Angel Martinu, Fallen Angel Makalita, Fallen Angel Murata, the fallen of the 3 women angels' body retreated uncontrollably. Every time the muffled sound spread, it seemed as if it exploded on their heartstrings. You all stand back. Fallen Angel Gas realized that the situation was wrong and stood in front of the 3 fallen angels. Even he couldn't see what kind of changes had taken place in the current Bergette. However, none of this matters. Since you don't want to submit to us, then die along with this world. With a roar, Fallen Angel Gas mobilized the power of the biggest fallen angel in his body and began to actively detonate this small world. With the scepter in his hand facing the void, immediately, he and the 3 fallen angels were wrapped in a dark red energy protective cover. At the same time, this small world created by him shook and swayed violently. The power of the law began to collapse, and several dark red lightnings descended from the void, mercilessly whipping the space. Fallen Angel Gas wants to detonate this small world and completely destroy Bergette. Are you going to detonate this world? Fallen Angel Martinu sensed Fallen Angel Gas's actions, and his heart blossomed with joy. This male degenerate angel is something she can't see through at all. Creating a small world of his own is not an easy task, but for this Fallen Angel Gas, it is a matter of skill. Open black lens bracket Bergette. I don't believe you're not dead this time. The power of the explosion in this small world is extraordinary. Although I don't know what state you are in now, you will definitely be blown up by this explosion. No survival. The heart of the fallen angel Martinu was blossoming with joy at this moment. There is nothing in this world that deserves her attention. Boom. Suddenly, this small world collapsed, and under the impetus of the fallen angel gas, a deafening huge explosion occurred. The boundless. The Grand Priest in the Xeno Temple looked at the strange world that gradually dimmed and then fell apart, and he knew that the opportunity had come. Almost instantly, he gave orders to the 11 angels. The time has come. All angels listen to my orders. Take down these rude madmen from other time and space. With the order, all the 11 angels who had been silent all the time started to act at the same time. 11 angels were in the void at the same time, with their divine scepters raised high, and a green light flashed from the precious jade at the top. In the blink of an eye, space, time, and everything were blocked, and the 4 fallen angels who escaped from the realm world were immediately blocked. HMPH. I knew this would happen, but it doesn't matter, you guys are not enough to stop me. A gleam of scarlet light flashed in the eyes of fallen angel Gas. The power of the fallen angel was mobilized. There are many different laws brewing in the dark red energy, time, space, reality, everything. Really, you don't even care about me. There was an echo from the void, and Angel Karen from the 8th universe started. Advertisement. The other 10 angels maintained the blockade of space and time. He wants to kill these hopeless fellows who have fallen into the darkness with his own hands. Stepping on the void, the law of space was mobilized by him, and he just appeared in front of the fallen angel Gas in a blink of an eye. The scepter in his hand flashed a white light, as sacred and dazzling as the light of salvation. Sensing the crisis, fallen angel Gas subconsciously raised his scepter to block the attack. Boom. There was a loud noise, and the 2 scepters collided with each other. In an instant, the collision between the terrifying power of the law unfolded, and the collision occurred. The white light immediately enveloped most of the boundless realm, and the terrifying impact even made the contestants of the power competition in the audience covered their eyes involuntarily. After a while, the white light dissipated, and the fallen angel Gas and Angel Karen maintained the posture of scepters colliding. Hee. I didn't expect that among you angels, there are still some guys with enough strength. Even if they are not degenerate, they have such combat power. Angel Karen, who was in charge of the 8th universe. Fallen angel Gas said with a sinister smile. 0. Hearing this, Angel Karen's face didn't have any mood swings, and he looked very calm. A dying person, there is no need to know too much. Killing intent emerged in Angel Karen's eyes, and he stalemate with fallen angel Gas. For fallen angel, he has always had an attitude. Kill. As the heir of Grand Priest, he worked hard to target his father, Lord Grand Priest. These mere fallen angels have simply sullied the title of angel. He must get rid of all these damned guys and not allow these fallen angels to exist in this world. Not one left. Really. But the one who died is definitely not me, but you. The corners of his mouth undulated slightly, and the fallen angel Gas began to exert his strength. After Bergette, a new round of angel battles broke out. Angel Karen versus fallen angel Gas. And at this moment, the fallen angel Margarita ushered in an interesting opponent. I didn't expect that one day I would face my former self. This may be a good trial for me. The corners of his mouth undulated slightly, and the fallen angel Margarita chuckled, his eyes locked on the block. Angel Margarita in front of him. That's right, her enemy is herself. The one who hasn't fallen. You, why did you fall? Angel Margarita didn't shoot directly, she looked at the other self, her eyes fixed on each other. She couldn't figure out why she in another parallel world would fall for herself. If she didn't ask the reason, she herself would not know whether she would be the next angel to be shuffled. The appearance of her degenerate self made a strong sense of crisis rise in her heart, who had not yet fallen. Do you want to ask me why I've fallen? Does it still need a reason? Unconstrained. No longer squeezed by the high-ranking Grand Priest, no longer underestimated by fellow angels, and no longer underestimated by them, for the sake of dignity, why is it bad to fall for the sake of freedom, for the sake of great power? Is this reason enough? The words of the fallen angel Margarita, every word pierced deeply into Angel Margarita's words, in the heartstrings. That's why she fell. In order not to be restrained, for freedom, for strength, everything is necessary. Magnified all the interests in their hearts. In their fallen angels' eyes, interests are everything. Advertisement. Unlike ordinary angels like them, they have no distractions and no desires. That's it, I didn't expect me from another parallel world to be a person who is fascinated by greed and controlled by demons, you really disappoint me. 35 got the answer. Angel Margarita no more nonsense, the divine scepter in his hand flashed a white light, and the power of angel and the power of law were mobilized at the same time. Are you very disappointed with me? So you are very dissatisfied with the way I am now. Don't forget, I am you are me, since I will fall, you will also fall, all this is just it's a matter of time, denying me is equivalent to denying yourself. The fallen angel Margarita is still reluctant, and still launches a choral attack against the other self. Stop talking nonsense. You are just a demon who is blinded and controlled by desires and interests. I am me. I am Margarita, unique, you are fallen, it does not mean that I will fall. Angel Margarita did not want to continue talking nonsense, and took the lead in attacking with the power of angel and the power of law. Where there is light, there is darkness. The more dazzling you are, the more obvious the darkness will be. The more powerful angel, the stronger and more obvious he will become after abandoning his heart and embracing the darkness. You strongly deny it. The me, right in front of you, I can see the fear in your heart, don't want to be the next me. Fallen angel Margarita knows that it is useless to talk, only a battle. Fallen angel Miranda, facing the angel she least wanted to face. The eldest daughter of the Grand Priest, standing at the highest point among all angels, there are even rumors that she is infinitely close to the Grand Priest's angel Kes. I didn't expect that I would have such a face, and let the most difficult angel come to oppose me. With a helpless smile, the fallen angel Murata, a layer of gorilla appeared in his eyes. Hey, I didn't expect to see this face. As early as billions of years ago, Lord Zeno, you should have been eliminated by Lord Zeno. Now, do you still want to resist? As the strongest superior angel, Kessie's strength and heritage are even more overwhelming. Once, there were rumors that among the 12 angels, only Angel Kes of the 10th universe was the closest to the Grand Priest, and there were even more exaggerated rumors that she had surpassed the Grand Priest. Hee. I don't dare to resist the Supreme Lord Kessie. But, I can't beat you, it doesn't mean that the Lord can't beat you. The fallen angel Murata did not panic, even if he was facing the worst a strong angel, without any timidity. That Lord. Hearing this title, Kes was puzzled. Is there anyone behind the fallen angel who is secretly instructing? That Lord will never sit idly by, even if Grand Priest and you are here, we will never die, he. Cherish the time now, there are not many peaceful days, Zeno and Grand Priest, and you, will be replaced sooner or later. Fallen angel Murata said with a gloomy smile. So arrogant, Angel Kes won't get used to her. Do you want to replace all our positive gods and angels? Delusional. With a sneer, Angel Kessie waved his hand, and an extremely strong power of space law surged, but in an instant, it would degenerate Angel. Murata's movement was completely blocked. Being blocked from moving, the fallen angel Murata did not resist, just kept smiling and looked at Angel Kes. The other three angels each faced their own opponents. This fallen angel Martinu, who had just fallen, met a superior angel as soon as he came up. Moreover, this angel came with determination and anger to kill her. This angel is Angel Vados of the 6th universe. Her acting style has never been decisive and quick, and almost instantly, she locked down the fallen angel Martino. It's all because of Bergette. Angel Vados was offended. Bergette is the life form of the 6th universe under her jurisdiction, representing the face of the 6th universe. Now, after the explosion of the world in that realm, the whereabouts are unknown. This also made Vados more angry than ever. The manic power of Angel and the power of Law were superimposed layer by layer, turning into a terrifying storm that quickly swept and spread. In just an instant, the fallen angel Martinu was blocked and unable to move. Vados. The fallen angel Martinu gritted her teeth angrily, her eyes glaring at Vados, the hatred and killing intent in her eyes were undoubtedly revealed. Advertisement. Before the fall, she and Vados had hatred between them. After the fall, her negative emotions were magnified infinitely, and her hatred for Vados was even deeper. As Angel, we are bound by the rules and cannot take action at will, unless something very serious happens, and now you are willing to degenerate, and you are not worthy of the position of Angel, let me clean up the scum of you for the Angel family. Angel Vados waved the scepter in his hand, and an emerald green ball of light emerged from the jewel at the top of the scepter, spreading all over the surrounding space. The power of each light ball is enough to blow up an entire universe. It can be seen how angry Vados is this time. Scum. Ridiculous. What qualifications do you have to judge me? Vados, if you stopped Bergette, would you still be like this? Thanks to that wild monkey in your universe, I was completely degraded and entered a brand new field, even if you are the superior angel. I am not afraid. Angel Martinu is very confident and expansive. How could she know how stupid her thoughts are? The difference between the upper angel and the lower angel is not one dimension. Really? The corners of his mouth undulated slightly, and a meaningful smile appeared on Vados' face. This woman is about to show her dark side. Thanks to Zhao, however, Angel Martinu, who has been forced to fall, still doesn't know what kind of cruel torture he will face next. Above the temple of Zeno. The two Zeno and the Grand Priest are here, looking down on everything below in the posture of the superior. Zeno in the future. The fallen angels are all out, but what about Bergette? Why didn't you see him? 35. Zeno of the native plane. He won't die in that black ball, fighting those fallen angels, will he? 39. Zeno in the future. Did you die in battle? What a pity. Zeno of the local time and space. Yes, it would be really a pity if he died. Both Zeno thought Bergette was dead, and still the kind that didn't even have a soul left. About Bergette-san, Zeno-sama, I will handle it myself later. What we have to do now is to take down these three fallen angels from different time and space. Grand Priest despised. Zeno of the local time and space. It makes sense, let's wipe out all these outsiders first, and that angel who is willing to degenerate. Zeno of the future. Just do it, Grand Priest. As you order, Master Zeno. With the authorization, the Grand Priest immediately began to act. He slowly floated towards the top of the void. With one hand raised, the boundless divine power and the power of rules were mobilized by him. In an instant, the boundless world was surging, and the terrifying power swept away in all directions. The incomparably terrifying coercion swept through the entire boundless world like a tornado. At the moment when Grand Priest's energy appeared, all angels and gods' hearts were tight, because the Supreme God was finally going to make a move. The four fallen angels below, who had been restrained, changed their expressions even more at this moment, and felt an unprecedented fatal crisis. If the Grand Priest does not shoot, it will be calm, and once it does, it will be world class. This is the horror of being the supreme god. Chapter 147 The Big Explosion in Different Dimensions, Bergette appears. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The condensation of divine power has become more and more intense, and the terrifying power has transcended the realm of nothingness, and even caused the entire parallel space-time world to tremble. The 12 gods of destruction in the auditorium, upon seeing the supreme energy of Lord Grand Priest, their pupils contracted, and cold sweat fell from their foreheads. What a divine, extraordinary, and incomparably powerful force. This power far surpassed the power of angel, and also surpassed the power of gods of destruction. These gods could only look up at this power. The contestants of the 8 universes were also deeply shocked by this terrifying energy. This sacred light seemed to do no harm, but in fact, it could erase everything in an instant, even comparable to Zeno's ability to erase everything. The strange ability to remove all things. On the battlefield of 11 angels and 4 fallen angels. The Grand Priest is about to start. Oops. What are you waiting for now? Really wait for the Grand Priest to be shot, let alone take me back, even you yourself will be buried here, what other cards are there? Come on. Fallen angel Martinu sensed the fatal crisis and hurriedly called out to several other fallen angels. After the fall, she is no longer an angel of the righteous side. Since she has completely fallen into the evil, she will start to plan her new future. As fallen angels, since those 3 fellows from other parallel time and space dare to come here and rob them under the watchful eyes of Grand Priest, they must be sure. If there is no backhand, who would dare to carry out such immortal behavior? When the voice of the fallen angel Martinu fell, Angel Vados showed his incomparably powerful angel power in an instant, and overbearingly sealed the mouth of the fallen angel Martinu. Now, are you still thinking of running away? Do you think it is possible for you to escape? Not to mention how you broke free from my control, Lord Zeno and Lord Grand Priest are also here, I don't believe you can really the sky will be turned upside down, those fallen angels who came to rob you will also be buried here, just wait here obediently for the reckoning of the Grand Priest Lord Martinu. You, Angel's shame. Angel Vados said viciously, the release of Angel's power was getting stronger and stronger. As a fallen angel, Martinu's strength is at the level of the 13th dimension. In the hands of Vados, he is still as fragile as a toy, and only one thought can make him unable to move. The degenerate angel Ma 177 Tinu, whose mouth was gagged, was angry and hated in his heart. It's hard to express. Only the eyes tell the unwillingness at this time. She had no choice but to glare at Angel Vados viciously, and now her mouth was gagged, so she couldn't say a word. At the same time, she felt more and more uneasy in her heart, and fear spread in her heart. If there is regret medicine in this world, she will definitely take it without hesitation, after all, nothing is as important as her own life. Unfortunately, this is just her fantasy, the reality is that even if she regrets it, she has to die. Her existence tarnished Angel's position. Even if Grand Priest doesn't kill her, Vados will never spare her. It's not just fallen angel Martino's situation is dangerous. At this moment, the fallen angel Murata is completely crushed. The eldest daughter of the Grand Priest, Angel Kes, is facing the being who is at the head of all the angels and is approaching the Grand Priest infinitely. Advertisement. She was basically crushed completely, and there was no room to fight back. But, damn, Kessie, no matter which parallel time and space you are in, you are like a monster. Angel Murata's voice became extremely hoarse at this moment, her neck was pierced by Angel Kessie's angel, the gigantic palms transformed by the power stubbornly grabbed his throat, making it extremely difficult to even breathe. Monster. Speaking of which, I'm not a monster, but you, the soul that should have died a long time ago, appeared in front of me again. You in this time and space were also erased by Zeno-sama because of your self-degeneration. I didn't expect that. One day I will still be able to see my former colleagues. Although I have a deep feeling in my heart, you still look like a fallen person, so I don't know where to show mercy. That's all. For the sake of you being angel, I will give you a decent way to die. The voice fell, Angel Kessie's eyes became sharp. Now, she was going to kill the fallen angel Murata herself. Damn, you will never succeed. Seeing that Angel Kessie was about to take his own life, the fallen angel Murata finally couldn't help it. Gas. What are you waiting for? Why hasn't the master's backhand appeared yet? If we don't take action, all of us will perish here. Angel Murata exhausted his last trace of strength roared. She doesn't want to lose her life, she still wants to live a good life. If she loses her life because of this mission, it will not be worth the loss. Kacha. A crisp sound spread. Angel Murata wanted to continue to say something, but found that her mouth had been twisted and sewn by Angel Kess' strange power. What did you say just now? The voice was a little too loud, I couldn't hear it clearly. Forget it, this should be your last word anyway, let me execute you myself. 35 just finished speaking. Angel Kess raised his hand. The scepter, located at the position where the top jewel was inlaid, showed a layer of pure white light. This ray of light comes from the righteous heart that angels have been upholding for many years, and has the effect of purifying all filth. For fallen angel, these rays of light are even more deadly rays of death. Once hit by this ray of light, the evil heart that has been holding on will be destroyed in an instant, and the fallen angel who has been purified by this ray of light will instantly turn into nothingness, not even a soul is left. Fallen angel Murata was stunned, a look of fear appeared in her eyes, and her body trembled uncontrollably. She desperately wanted to escape from here, but there was nothing she could do, she could only helplessly watch how she would die later. Of the 4 fallen angels, 2 are in crisis. The remaining 2, although not so miserable, are also very uncomfortable. The battle between Angel Makalita and Angel Makalita continues. Both are the same person, but the former has fallen into the darkness, lost his true heart, and embraced the embrace of demons and evil forces, while the latter still insists on his true heart and holds the position of angel. In the confrontation between 2 identical people, without the interference of outsiders, it is basically impossible to determine the winner. Do you still refuse to admit my existence? Is it so difficult to admit my ugly side? I am you are me, admit my dark side, embrace my dark side, and cling to that ethereal angel. Is the position really meaningful? Is it really interesting to live by the side of a clown all day and watch over the 11th universe, which has no fun at all? Look at me now, unrestrained and free, being at ease, no one can restrain me, no one can order me. Isn't this free and easy way of life so much better than being with a clown all day long? Come on, like me, we're all Makari Tower, I will not harm you, you and I are the same person, embrace the darkness, and be free from now on. Be free. The fallen angel Margarita is trying to guide the other self into the devil. Hearing the delusional words of the fallen Angel Makalita was furious. Shut me up. With an angry shout, Angel Margarita's attack became more and more violent, as if to vent her disgust and dissatisfaction with the fallen angel in her heart. And the last fallen angel Gas is here. His strength, even in the face of high-ranking angels, could not fall behind, and even stably overwhelmed most of the high-ranking angels. Advertisement. At present, the only high-ranking angel who can fight against him is Angel Kess. Just a mere Angel Karen, he can handle it with ease, without the slightest pressure. Bebef originally, he wanted to continue to play with Kellen for a while, but the current situation did not allow it. If you don't call that adult, I'm afraid there will be no chance to leave. Boom. The scepter in the hand of the fallen angel Gas swung violently, and the tyrannical power exploded in an instant, forcing Angel Karen to retreat. A trace of anger appeared on Angel Karen's face, who was repelled. Now that all 11 angels are here, do you think it is possible to escape? Angel Karen said angrily, with the murderous intent emerging. As a high-ranking angel, it was the first time he saw a fallen angel who could resist him. You must know that the fallen angel at the time was far less powerful than the fallen angel Gas in front of him. Even, the opponent was beheaded before he could last several rounds in his hands. If I want to leave, none of you can stop me, even with the assistance of the Grand Priest. With a sneer, the fallen angel Gas raised his head and looked at the Grand Priest in the Xeno Temple. At this moment, the Grand Priest is already accumulating energy to kill all their fallen angels in an instant. But he was not afraid at all, the Master's backhand could be on his side. I saw the fallen angel Gas pulled out a purplish-red flame from his bosom. When the purplish-red flame emerged, the terrifying aura suddenly turned into a huge wave and swept all directions, and the deep and boundless evil energy became even more powerful. It was the pressure that made Angel Karen feel very stressed. Brother Karen, let me help you. At this time, Angel Whis from the 7th universe also joined the battle. Now, a full 5 angels have joined the battlefield, and the remaining 6 angels are maintaining the ability to block the space, preventing these fallen angels from escaping. That's right, Whis, let's get rid of him together. His eyes narrowed, and there was boundless killing intent and chill in Angel Karen's eyes. The 2 high-ranking angels joined forces, and they still couldn't believe that they couldn't take down a mere fallen angel Gas. As I said, none of you can stop us if we want to leave. With a sneer, the fallen angel Gas was just about to incorporate this purple-red evil flame into his body, intending to break through all the difficulties in one fell swoop, bringing all the fallen angels left. But at this time, the Grand Priest on the Xeno Temple has also prepared its own power of rules. He has not moved, he has been waiting for something, and he did not make a move. His powerful power of rules was not prepared for these 4 fallen angels, but only a mere fallen angel. It is enough to leave it to the upper angel to deal with it. His real goal is the existence behind the fallen angel. Suddenly, Grand Priest Spiritual Sense sensed the riot in the space. Some kind of powerful force from the different dimension world is about to break the link with the boundless world. In an instant, he understood what was going on. Advertisement. So. You didn't die just like that. Bergette-san. Knowing who this power came from, the corners of Grand Priest's mouth heaved slightly, and a satisfied smile appeared on his face. Suddenly, a sudden change occurred. Single quote comma 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 exclamation mark 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 exclamation mark. A deafening explosion suddenly occurred, blooming in the center of all angels. In an instant, the terrifying impact turned into a huge wave and swept away, and it also shattered the space blockade formed by the 6 angels in an instant. Huh, such a sudden explosion made the fallen angel Gas's heart sink even more. In the next second, an aura that made him feel familiar emerged, causing his pupils to shrink suddenly. This feeling, is that guy really still alive? With such a terrifying power, this mortal, is no longer immortal. Feeling this incomparably familiar aura, the fallen angel Gas suddenly woke up. He knew, this who does the breath come from? Bergette. Can't be wrong, the Bergette who should have died when the small world collapsed. The power that finally erupted, even the four fallen angels together, were afraid. I thought it was just a flash in the pan, but the final outbreak, I didn't expect, not only did not die, but transformed. This, too, will be a lifeform that can rival a lifeform like Angel. This force, is that Saiyan Bergette from the 6th universe. He's not dead. Shocked, Angel Curran turned his gaze to the center of the explosion. I saw that the link between the different dimensional world and the boundless world had been blown up, and a messy different dimensional world appeared in the huge space crack, as well as a Saiyan with a strange breath all over his body. Who is this Saiyan? Not Bergette. Brother Colin. Bergette's breath seems a little wrong. Cold sweat fell on his forehead, and Whis' expression suddenly became tense. The intensity of this evil energy has far surpassed the other 3 fallen angels, and it is not much different from the fallen angel Gas in front of him. When he was in that realm, that Saiyan also seemed to fall into self-degeneration, but he didn't know whether he controlled that power, or was controlled by that power and became a slave of power. Angel Curran's he frowned, and his mind became dignified. It would be nice if Bergette had that power, at least it would give them a boost. But once Bergette is controlled by that power, it will become the evil side, stand on the opposite side of their angel, and even, will join forces with these fallen angels and become the enemy of their angel. The change in the situation has become a little more serious. Changes again and again, and they, who are angels, can't see the exact future. Confusion is inevitable. Chapter 148 Super Saiyan Evil Eye Sublime. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. With the sudden appearance of a powerful breath, the terrifying power swept through the entire boundless world, and even spread to the other 12 universes. The whole world shook. Fallen Angel Makalita's battle with Angel Makalita also came to a standstill because of the sudden explosion of huge power. It seems that the battle between us has been delayed for a while, that Saiyan did not die with the explosion of the domain world, but has become stronger now. It has become more and more interesting. The corners of his mouth undulated slightly. Fallen Angel Margarita is very interested in Bergette, who is filled with bottomless evil. This bottomless evil spirit far surpassed the fallen angel Martinu before, and even reached a level comparable to her. Doesn't it mean that the powerful mortals have already stood in their camp, and once they are enchanted, they will not be accommodated in this world? Even if they don't care, Grand Priest and Zeno will never allow Bergette to survive in this world. So what? The battle between us is not over yet. Angel Margarita, without giving the other self any time to delay, pursued her furiously and launched a fierce and ferocious offensive. That's right, let's continue, at least no one will bother us again. After that, the fallen Angel Makalita attacked Angel Makalita again. The power of the law of space surged wildly under her thoughts, and broke out in an instant, and the dark breath enveloped Angel Makalita's body in an instant, blocking all the spaces where she could move. The sound of whoosh sounded, and a dark red energy beam instantly pierced through the space at an extremely astonishing speed, destroying the fallen Angel Makalita's space laws with terrifying power. Nani. This scene made the fallen Angel Makalita feel unbelievable. His eyes suddenly turned, and there was a look of shock and disbelief in his eyes. At that moment just now, the creepy feeling can't be wrong. Bergette, who should have fallen into the darkness, attacked her, and the power of this attack was not trivial. Enough to traumatize her. Open black lens bracket. How could this be possible? What kind of race is Saiyan, who can improve so much after falling into the darkness, and, that guy has mastered this level of power just after he fell, if he fully grasps it. Cold sweat fell on his forehead, and the fallen angel Margarita couldn't imagine how far the Bergette in the future could evolve. If you have just fallen, you can make yourself feel dangerous. If you fully grasp that power, I am afraid that you will surpass yourself, and even have the ability to kill yourself. Her eyes fell on Bergette, who stepped out of the crack in the different dimension, and the body was filled with strange black smoke. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark 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 single quote. A scarlet light flashed from the thick smoke, and the fallen angel Makarita felt a chill that penetrated her bones, spreading from the soles of her feet to her whole body. Ah! With her mouth wide open, degenerate Angel Makalita stepped back in a complacent manner, with her terrified expression, as if she had seen something terrifying. Fallen Angel Murata here. Originally, she was about to be executed by Angel Kes, but she was barely able to escape because of the impact of Bergette's explosion that broke the space barrier. Advertisement. Kes, you're careless. As the most difficult angel to deal with, there were times when you missed, but just now you were lucky enough to seize the opportunity, but not now, ha ha ha. Thanks to that mortal, let I have a chance to escape, otherwise I might really die at your hands. Fallen Angel Murata said viciously. She didn't want to experience this feeling of the rest of her life again. The space explosion just now greatly weakened Angel Kessie's energy bondage for her, and also caused Angel Kessie to lose her mind for a moment, and she was barely able to escape. Do you think you don't have to die if you escape? As soon as he finished speaking, a fierce killing intent was released from Angel Kessie's eyes. Do you think you can kill me? Realizing that the situation was not good, the fallen angel Murata no longer kept his hand, and in the next second, he performed a space jump at an extremely alarming speed, leaving the area and heading for the fallen Angel Ghast's location. Stupid. Angel Kessie snorted coldly, and also performed space jump, crossing the distance and chasing towards Murata's position. The last fallen angel Martinu is here. She also broke free from the shackles of Vados. Of course, a large part of the reason was because the release of Bergette's powerful breath made Angel Vados confused. She seized the opportunity and hurriedly used the ability of space jump to leave this area, and went to the fallen angel Ghast to seek the greatest shelter. No matter how you run, it's futile. Let you live for a while. I have to see, how is Bergette's condition? 99 Vados sneered, mobilized the law of space, and demonstrated the ability to jump in space. Bergette here. After breaking the barriers of the different dimensional world and the space of no realm, he returned, and the rolling darkness on his body also dissipated. What followed was an unbelievable evil aura. The originally solidified energy turned into a flowing breath, gradually showing Bergette's new appearance. Dark black waist-length hair, scarlet eyes that exude a strong blood light, and huge fangs. That tall and mighty, strong and terrifying body is so deterrent and destructive. An unprecedented sense of pleasure flooded his whole body. Not only his blood was soaring, but his mood became extremely happy. Now he is no longer in the special state of the fusion of the power of God and the power of blood. It's such a good feeling to be reborn, it's more enjoyable than ever. With a grin, Bergette's whole body burst out in an instant. The terrifying aura, like a sky-rocketing energy beam, pierced through the realm of nothingness in an instant, and also broke the prohibition set by the Grand Priest in a blink of an eye. All the gods of destruction in the audience, as well as the 79 contestants, and even the angels, were frightened by this terrifying evil spirit. Because of the awakening of Saiyan's heart power, he entered a very special state, which even he didn't know how to name. While the power of God and the power of blood are perfectly blended, they are neutralized by the evil power in Saiyan's heart. Even he himself doesn't know what state this is, and he doesn't even know how strong he is. The 13th dimension. The 14th dimension. No, neither is right. Advertisement. He has reached an immeasurable realm, and even he himself cannot accurately judge that the realm he is in is the 10th yuan. Forget it, this state is called Super Saiyan Evil Me Sublimation. As he gradually became familiar with his body, Bergette took a name for his new form by the way. Super Saiyan Evil I Sublime. Bergette, can you hear me? At this moment, Angel Vados came, and she tried to call Bergette's name. This majestic evil also made her subconsciously think that Bergette had degenerated herself and had lost herself. Vados, you don't think I'm going to become a servant of power like those guys do? Bergette chuckled, and his answer made Vados feel relieved. Phew, it really scared me to death. If you are really willing to fall and be controlled by the power, even I can't help you. Angel Vados breathed a sigh of relief, although he felt the evil state of Bergette. Weird, but as long as Bergette doesn't lose herself, it's perfectly fine. Stop talking nonsense, let's get rid of those guys first, that Martinu, I will kill it. Her eyes narrowed, and Bergette's eyes revealed boundless killing intent. That was for the fallen angel Martino. When he was in the small world of that realm, he was humiliated, and now he wants to make the dead fat woman of Martinu pay back. Now, 4 fallen angels are gathered, 11 angels are also around them, blocking all actions, and Bergette comes to the battlefield with an overwhelming attitude. In addition, there are Lord Zeno and Lord Grand Priest in the realm of nowhere, these 4 fallen angels. I am afraid it is really over. Hey, Gas, what are you waiting for? What is your lord's back? If this goes on, let alone leave, all of us will die here. The fallen angel Margarita was very anxious asked. Single quote exclamation mark 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 single quote. In the next second, the space at the top of the boundless world suddenly made a thunderous explosion. Immediately afterwards, the void of the boundless world was pulled and twisted to a great extent, forming a huge vortex, spinning like an endless abyss. For flowers. Your Excellency has begun to act. Everyone, hurry up and leave. Fallen Angel Gas immediately came back to his senses and hurriedly ordered a few people. Now is the only chance they can escape. If they can't seize it, they can only be buried here. It's finally time to escape. All the angels in this time and space are waiting for me. One day I will come back and kill all of you without leaving behind. Fallen Angel Martino bare the brunt, the first to escape. However, not long after she rushed out, when she saw that she was about to enter the huge crack, she bumped into an invisible space barrier. The sudden impact made her face twist, and the pain was unbearable. This is space blockade. Damn Grand Priest. Such a mellow power of space. Martinu recognized it in an instant. This is the handwriting of Grand Priest. This guy blocked the only way for them to escape. Since it's here, let's all stay here. Martino. The battle between you and me is not over yet. Bergette's voice came, matching the actions of the Grand Priest. Advertisement. The next second, he crossed the space and appeared in front of fallen angel Martinu at the instant of 0.00001 seconds. Bergette. Seeing Bergette, fallen angel Martino's expression changed dramatically. His face was ferocious and terrifying, and fear flooded into his heart. There was a muffled sound of bang, and the powerful and heavy punch slammed into the face of the fallen angel Martinu. The terrifying impact made the fallen angel in an instant. Angel Martinu's facial features were distorted, his brain shook, and his fat body flew out like a cannonball in an instant. The current Bergette is far from what he was before. In the state of Super Saiyan Evil Eye sublimation, he became very terrifying just by pure power. The movement just now did not rely on a little space law, but only relied on his pure flesh to burst out terrifying speed. Damn. Fallen angel Martinu's face was distorted, blood was flowing out of her facial features, and her consciousness was also blurred by this powerful and terrifying blow. Severe pain, straight to the soul, made her miserable. Taking advantage of the victory, Bergette stepped on the void again, turned into a dark red streamer and shuttled through the space, heading straight for the fallen angel Martinu. The speed was so fast that it broke the sound barrier in an instant, which was extremely close to the speed of light. The fist that contained boundless anger in his heart, carrying the power to shatter everything, poured down against Martinu's fat body. Bang. Pounds. The intensive offensive fell like raindrops, falling on all sides of the fallen angel Martino's body every location. Facing this terrifying attack, the fallen angel Martinu could only be forced to enter the defense, but her body was covered with dense fist marks in a blink of an eye. Under Bergette's crazy offensive, the fallen angel Martino was dying, his breath became weak, and he was about to be killed. Fallen angel Gas became anxious when he saw this scene. This is the fallen angel that the adults handpicked to bring back. If they fall here, their mission will also fail. Never let Bergette kill Martino. But just when the fallen angel Gas started to act, he was blocked by two angels. Where do you want to go? Poor creature who has fallen into darkness. Angel Karen stopped the fallen angel Gas. You should take care of yourself first and care about others. Angel Whis, standing beside Angel Karen, stopped the fallen angel Gas together. Looking for death. After being blocked again and again, the fallen angel Gas was furious in his heart, and in the next second, he slammed the last hole card into his body. Boom. In an instant, the momentum suddenly changed, and the purple flames were burning fiercely around the fallen angel Gas. The boundless evil energy began to spread uncontrollably in all directions. After blending into that purple flame, the aura of fallen angel Gas climbed to a higher level than before. This situation made the brothers Angel Karen and Angel Whis feel a little tricky, but it was not enough to deal with people. Chapter 149 The Law of Reality, Omnipotent. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Merging into that purple flame, the fallen angel Gas's eyes were completely red at the moment. Endless murderous intent and evil energy continued to emerge, but at this moment his sanity seemed to follow this powerful force little by little, gradually wither. Such terrifying power made Angel Karen and Angel Whis not dare to take it lightly. As Angel, they were very accurate in judging this unfathomable evil. The fallen angel Garth used this power, will inevitably pay a small price. As long as the fallen angel is allowed to run out of oil lamps, it will be the beginning of their victory. It's a terrifying power. If you are not careful, you will lose your life. Now it's too late. Whis. Angel Karen's mouth twitched slightly as he teased Angel Whis beside him. He wanted to face this powerful and terrifying monster alone, but how could Angel Whis do what he wanted? Now, please don't make fun of me, brother. I'm willing to fight side by side with brother to the end. Whis's face was solemn, and there was a feeling of death. Okay, but you don't really die. This guy is different from any fallen angel I've killed before, and the first one that made me feel troubled. Angel Karen smiled, and at the same time, he is also releasing the power of his own laws. The power of Angel and the power of the strange law were mobilized, and it seemed that a small world had also formed at this moment, isolating everything from the outside world. This scene is very similar to the domain blocking skill used by fallen angel Gas. Angel Karen also possesses the same power of law. He wants to pull the fallen heaven, 177, envoy Gas into his domain and kill him. When the power of this mysterious law spread, Angel Karen, Angel Whis, fallen angel Garth all disappeared. Their battlefield was moved to another place. The other three fallen angels were not so lucky. Fallen angel Margarita and fallen angel Murata were once again caught by the angel they feared, and they were ravaged and educated. And the fallen angel Martinu at the moment was even worse. Under Bergette's fist that contained endless anger, he was beaten without any strength to fight back. Bang, pound, 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 pound. The continuous muffled sound exploded in the body of fallen angel Martinu. The power of each punch was extremely terrifying, severely traumatizing her body and twisting it fiercely. Under Bergette's fatal continuous onslaught, the blood of the fallen angel Martinu swelled, and the blood flowed out of his facial features. General Abyss. Her breath has attenuated to an extremely weak level at this moment, and her consciousness has become very blurred. I'm so sorry, I just mastered this power, and I don't even know how to use it. Please bear with me. If I can fully master this power, you may not have to suffer so much. I'll kill you in an instant. Bergette crossed her arms and teased casually. The current degenerate angel Martinu was like a plaything in his eyes, fragile and vulnerable. Advertisement. You must know that the fallen Martinu, in terms of apparent combat power, is at the 13th dimension level, that is, a unit of Zai. But Bergette can easily overwhelm him, and still without fully grasping this powerful force. It can be seen that this Super Saiyan evil eye sublimated and raised him to what level. I am afraid, the only existence that can fight him now is the so-called upper angel. No. This is the ending. The fallen angel Martinu said with the last remaining strength. At this moment, her whole body was twitching, and the murderous intent appeared in her eyes. But deep fear. Bergette, naturally, also felt her fear. I can hear the wailing in your heart, not wanting to die at the hands of a mere mortal like me. The corners of the mouth twitched slightly, and Bergette spoke Martinu's inner voice. How could I? Will die here again. I am. Angel. The fallen angel Martinu roared hysterically after being poked into the scar in his heart. The evil power accumulated in her body was also completely exploded by the pulling of this anger. Boom. A loud bang. The terrifying aura was completely liberated at this moment, like overwhelming mountains and seas, and it was released towards the four directions. A steady stream of black aura bloomed from the body of fallen angel Martinu, and the strange evil energy condensed into the void, turning into a huge energy giant again. Does the energy materialize to achieve a devastating blow to others? It's only to this extent. This trick has been cracked by me long ago. Now that the old trick is repeated, do you think it will work for me? Facing the final counterattack of the fallen angel Martinu, Bergette did not panic at all, and did not care at all. Right now, he is far above the fallen angel Martinu. It's just a mere first-time entry into the 13th level combat power, and it can't hurt him. Whether it works, just use your body to test it. An angry cry erupted from the mouth of fallen angel Martinu, and in the next second, the huge energy giant condensed into substance in an instant. The majestic evil energy pierced through the realm of nothingness at this moment, and the huge energy giant held out and aimed at Bergette's body and slammed down. Before, it was this terrifying blow that shattered the arena of the power conference in an instant. Even the previous Bergette had to shy away, but now it is different. When Saiyan's inner power of evil merged with the power of blood and the power of God, Bergette's new posture has improved his combat power value and realm. I don't know how many times. A mere Martinu, in his eyes, is as fragile as an ant. This seemingly mighty energy giant is actually just a paper tiger. The divine scepter transformed from the huge energy smashed down at Bergette's face. However, Bergette just said a word in a lighthearted manner. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. The voice fell, and in an instant, an unimaginable force of law emerged, instantly binding the body of this energy giant, and Martinu himself was restrained by this mysterious force of law. Advertisement. Nani. How could this happen? The body was blocked by this mysterious force, unable to move. The fallen angel Martinu panicked. At this moment, she was completely dumbfounded, and she never thought of it. The situation has developed to this point. Her stunt, the power of the law she mastered after her fall, is even less than 1/10,000th of Bergette's. Moreover, this brand new power of law is no longer a single space law, but a more advanced reality law than the space law. Say what you say, follow the law, everything can be done, nothing is impossible. This thought suddenly appeared in his heart, and the fallen angel Martinu widened his eyes, and a look of disbelief and boundless fear appeared in his pupils. How is this possible? He is nothing but a mortal. Before he fell, he was an angel. Even if she has fallen, she is still a fallen angel. In terms of the level of life, she is many times higher than Bergette, but now, she can only look up to this mortal. This great contrast made her completely unacceptable for a while. No, impossible. You are just an inferior human being, how can you master such a high-level law? This is fake, it must be fake. Fallen angel Martinu, with a twisted face at the moment, the anger in her heart made her look like a demon, hideous and ugly. The law of this level is beyond the reach of her who has not yet fallen, and even after the fall, she does not even have the brows to touch this high-level law. No matter who you are, it's impossible to take this prey from me, aren't you going to take her away? Good. Then I'll let you not even see the body. A cruel smile appeared on your face, Bergette's fists clenched tightly, and a layer of red light appeared in her eyes. This kind of ability, I'm afraid even some high-ranking angels can't do it. Just as Bergette was about to start, a thunderstorm suddenly fell from the void. Before he could finish speaking, fallen angel Martinu's throat was grabbed by a strong hand. Broken. Bergette said again. She just died at Bergette's hands. This is her lifelong pursuit, because once mastering the laws of reality, it means omnipotence. The mighty fallen angel Martinu, who was so powerful that they all looked up to before, died. But, now the power of the law she dreamed of has appeared in the mere mortals of Bergette, shattering all the dreams of the fallen angel Martinu. He has only grasped the tip of the iceberg of the power of the law of reality, and this is the path he initially realized after another evolution. She didn't want to die just yet. As a fallen angel, she still had a future, and she absolutely couldn't die here. She was severely injured, but now she is just a lamb to be slaughtered, not to mention Bergette. Now even if Son Goku or any one of Vegeta shoots against her, it is estimated that they have the ability to kill her. Advertisement. Speaking of which, I also have to thank you. If it wasn't for your fallen angel, I might not be able to master this powerful force. Then, here's the problem, the Supreme Lord Angel. How does it feel under your feet? Bergette sneered slightly at the corners of her mouth. Such a sudden appearance made the fallen angel Martinu's pupils shrink suddenly. She didn't even notice when the other party came. Although it sounds like this 1/10,000th is not very good, only the user knows what this 1/10,000th represents and how terrifying it is. She is even more convinced that if she masters this high-level law power, she will definitely surpass all the upper angels and initially touch the level of the Grand Priest realm. The moment the voice fell, the energy giant condensed by fallen angel Martinu collapsed in an instant, and she herself was under extremely terrifying pressure and suffered heavy losses. Now she has no strength to resist. Really, it turns out that you know this power, and I only have a little way. For the mastery of this power, I have only reached the initial use. I used you as a test product. I didn't expect that there is such a thing. This kind of effect. Surprised by the power of his own laws, Bergette can't help but sigh. Bergette noticed the crisis, her eyes narrowed, and the invisible deterrent force shattered the thunder that hit him in an instant. Hearing this, Martinu was even more angry, but now she can only be incompetent and furious. She was severely injured by 1.5, and it was difficult to even move a finger. I didn't expect that I would be so powerful that I could kill you with just a single word. Bergette did not know when she had come to the fallen angel Martinu. I don't even have the strength to speak. It's really boring. Let me send you to death. I'm tired of playing. Bergette raised her hand. A layer of purple light appeared in her palm, to end Martino's life in an instant. Destroy. As Bergette's words fell, the power of the law of reality began to strike. This is the law of reality, the power of less than 1/10,000th. Just a word, the fallen angel Martinu suffered heavy losses. It is not just talking, but it has the ability to affect all living beings in reality in the true sense. Reality. Laws. How could it be, really used by you? Fallen angel Martino sullenly PFF'd. A mouthful of pitch-black blood was spurted out of Martinu's mouth, her breath was attenuated to the extreme at this moment, and she could hardly even breathe. The power of the law of reality was once again mobilized by him. This scene made Martinu's pupils shrink suddenly, and the fear was enlarged infinitely at this moment. She was really scared. Bergette grabbed her neck with one hand and slowly lifted it like a piece of trash. Although it is a preliminary grasp, Bergette can exert about 1/10,000th of the ability of the law of reality. This scene, noticed by all the angels, was also deeply engraved in the hearts of the contestants of the Gods of Destruction and Power contest. The fallen angel Martinu, who was strangled by his neck, turned into pieces from the bottom to the top, drifting little by little in this space. Chapter 150 The Adult Shot. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Erasing the fallen angel Martino lightly, a smile appeared on Bergette's face. His gaze was directed towards the swirling vortex in the sky. That expression seems to be saying, I killed the target you want to take away, what can you do to me? However, Bergette did get careless. Since the fallen angel Martinu was the one designated by the mysterious behind-the-scenes mastermind to take away, she would not be allowed to die easily. Sure enough, where Bergette had wiped Martino, a fuchsia flame flashed. This flame, like the wailing of an evil spirit, swayed and danced in the void. Damn, you actually destroyed my body. I will never spare you, Bergette. I will cut you to pieces and break your bones little by little. Shatter, one day in the future I will make you pay. The voice of fallen angel Martinu, hysterical, resounds through the space of the unbounded. The voice appeared again, but Bergette was startled. His eyes turned and landed on the purplish-red flame. He felt the familiar power of the source from the flame. So that's the case, is this your original soul, Even a mere soul dares to speak up in front of me. Courting death. Eyes narrowed, Bergette held one hand, and the boundless space followed. The color changed, and the layers of energy turned into circles that retracted in his palm. Cut off. Energy wave. As soon as the voice fell, the majestic energy shot out from Bergette's palm, carrying the terrifying power that was enough to destroy all things and destroy them together, tearing apart the space, and completely engulfing the fallen angel Martinu's soul body. With the sound of boom, the terrifying energy suddenly exploded in the void of the boundless world. The white light flickered, as if illuminating the boundless darkness of the boundless world. All of the Gods of Destruction and 79 Power Contest contestants stretched out their hands to cover their eyes. About 10 seconds passed. The white light 14 dissipated, and there were bursts of smoke in Bergette's palm. His gaze fixed on the position he had previously cut off the energy wave hit. Fallen angel Martinu's soul, still intact, has a mysterious energy that forms a protective barrier and protects her soul body. Damn mortal, do you want me to lose my soul? That lord won't let you succeed. You destroyed my body. I have written down this hatred, and next time, I will even take advantage of it. Let's get it back together. The curse of the fallen angel Martinu emanated from the soul body. In the next second, her soul seemed to be pulled by something, rushing towards the abyss-like vortex above the boundless world. Don't try to escape. Naturally, Bergette couldn't let Martino go. He stepped on the void and maximized his ability to jump in space. Seeing that he was about to catch up with the fallen angel Martinu's soul body, the strange mutation. From that boundless abyss, a purple afterglow fell, attacking him head-on. Advertisement. Almost instantly, the cells of Bergette's whole body sent a dangerous signal. He decisively gave up chasing Martinu's soul body, and protected his hands in front of the Hun's chamber, mobilizing the energy of his whole body to form an indestructible defense. Boom! Was another explosion, and the terrifying impact turned into layers of huge waves and spread. From the impact of the explosion, Bergette was blown away, and fell hundreds of meters into the void before barely stabilizing her body. Looking at the injuries on both arms, Bergette gasped in pain. He mobilized the energy in his body to restore it, but found that his body's repair speed was also greatly reduced. The stinging pain spread all over his body, making him terrified. Who did that blow just now come from? Even now he can be injured by this blow, and the injury is not light. Let that guy escape. Damn. Gritting his teeth, Bergette's fists clenched and the veins on her forehead bulged. The attack just now made him realize that behind the fallen angels, the mastermind behind the scenes was by no means an ordinary existence. At the same time, his gaze also turned to the Grand Priest of Xeno Temple. The other party has not acted for a long time. Open black lens bracket Grand Priest, what are you waiting for? If you take action, these fallen angels will be taken down in an instant, but you are indifferent, what are you planning? Close black lens bracket. Bergette to the Grand Priest above the void of turning a blind eye and feeling puzzled. Although the opponent had isolated the tunnel vortex before to prevent the fallen angel from escaping, but now that the mastermind behind the scenes has taken action, the Grand Priest has not taken any action at all, which makes Bergette wonder if the opponent is playing another big game. After the mysterious mastermind rescued the soul of the fallen angel Martinu, he also began to rescue other fallen angels one after another. Fallen angel Makalita and angel Makalita on the battlefield. The fight between the two is inextricable. After all, they are all the same person. No matter how they fight, it is impossible to tell the winner. Moreover, the biggest difference between them is not the difference in combat power. But in terms of calculation, the gap between fallen angel Makalita and angel Makalita is the largest. A sinister cunning, eerie and eerie. The other, although not much worse, is still inferior to the fallen Margarita. Just when the two were in the middle of the battle, a mutation suddenly occurred, and the body of the fallen angel Margarita was wrapped in a layer of strange purple energy. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark 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 exclamation mark. Violet energy overflowed, forming a shock wave, knocking back angel Makarita. Fallen angel Margarita naturally knew what was going on. The other me, it seems that the battle between us has been delayed, and the Lord wants to take me back. This battle seems to be over. Fallen angel Makarita chuckled. Wishful thinking. Angel Makarita naturally wouldn't let her go so easily. Angel's power condensed into substance at this moment, attacking the fallen angel Makarita. Milky white energy rays shot out violently, and fell on the body of the fallen angel Makalita. Advertisement. But that purple protective barrier seems to have the effect of rebounding all attacks. Angel Makarita's attack, after hitting the barrier, was compressed by the purple energy barrier and bounced back. A burst of bang. Angel Makalita resisted with Angel's scepter in a hurry, but she was still blown away to a distance of 100 meters, and even her scepter appeared to be worn and cracked to a certain extent. The other me, don't make indifferent attacks. That adult will not let me have an accident. I look forward to the next time we meet. At that time, there will definitely be a break between you and me. The voice fell. Degenerate. Angel Makarita turned into a purple light and was teleported into the huge abyss above the realm of nothingness. She managed to escape. Damn. Failed to leave the fallen angel Makalita. Angel Makalita gritted her teeth angrily, burning with anger. For her, falling is a great shame. As angels, they should not fall, but now they are facing another fallen self. This made Angel Makarita feel extremely ashamed, and at the same time, she was afraid that she would really fall into the embrace of darkness as she said after the fall. It was her dereliction of duty that she failed to behead the fallen angel Margarita. Angel Quest and the fallen angel Murata is here. The murderous intent in Angel Kessie's eyes is exposed, and now she is ready to execute the fallen angel Murata. The incomparably powerful power of law has been condensed and formed at this moment, and began to purify the body of fallen angel Murata little by little. No. Painful and helpless wailing resounded through the boundless realm, and the fallen angel Murata roared heart-piercingly. This seemingly holy and bright light is harmless to all creatures in the mortal world, and it does no harm to angels. Once this white light flooded the whole body, not a single cell of the body of fallen angel Murata would be wiped out, and even the soul would be wiped out. However, the black hand hiding behind the scenes will not let her die, and he still needs the fallen angel Murata to do things for her. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark 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 single quote. In an instant, a terrifying evil spirit surged, centered on the fallen angel Murata. The sound of boom, the shock of terrifying aura not only dispelled the divine light around fallen angel Murata, but also repaired the wounded soul and body. Angel Kessie was also forced to retreat hundreds of meters away by this terrifying evil impact. This feeling, Angel Kessie sensed a familiar smell from this deep evil spirit. As the head of the 11 angels, she has seen and experienced far more than other angels. Fallen angel, she also beheaded a lot. It's just that I didn't expect that one day, I would still be able to feel this strange energy. That person shouldn't have died long ago. Could it be that he is still alive? A mysterious figure appeared in Angel Kessie's mind. She, before I don't know how many reincarnations, has seen. Advertisement. Ha 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 ha. I knew that the Lord would not ignore me. Chris, you can't kill me. I will come to take revenge one day in the future. When the time comes, I will cut you with 1,000 cuts, strip your flesh and blood little by little to vent the pain in my heart. The rescued fallen angel Murata began to sarcastically satirize Angel Kess. At this moment, she seems to think that with the help of that adult, she will not die. However, she really forgot that the enemy she faced in front of her eyes was Angel Kess, who claimed to be the closest to Grand Priest. Do you think you have a next time? With his eyes narrowed, Angel Kessie decisively blocked the space and strengthened it with Angel's power. Only this time, her space blockade seemed to be invaded by some powerful force, and it was shattered in an instant. I said, Kess, you can't kill me, the next time we meet, it will be your death. The corner of his mouth twitched, and the fallen angel Murata flew towards the abyss of 177 in the void. Have you left? The killing intent in Kessie's eyes surged at this moment. Angel's scepter was waving, the space was distorted, and the surging angel's power was fully liberated by her traction. Behind her, there appeared a supergiant energy giant, so big that it was 10,000 meters tall. This energy giant opened his hands, and saw that he was about to hold the fallen angel Murata in his hands and pinched him to death. At this moment, an aurora shot out from the boundless abyss again, hitting the energy of Angel Kess. Giant. There was a deafening explosion of boom. In just an instant, Angel Kessie's energy giant was torn apart, and even Kessie's deity suffered a certain amount of damage. His body was forced back several meters away uncontrollably, and blood slid from the corner of his mouth. Damn. Angel Kessie was furious, his eyes fixed on the endless abyss. Sooner or later, she will kill all these bastards who have fallen into the darkness. Including that person. At the same time, it is located in the independent space of Angel Karen. Fallen Angel Gast, facing the siege of the two superior angels, Whis and Karen, showed his weakness. The strength of the two high-ranking angels is by no means impossible, especially since the two angels are brothers, they cooperated seamlessly to fight, and there was no flaw at all. Even if he was as strong as the fallen angel Gas, under the siege of the two superior angels, he could only retreat step by step. Enough. Omnipotent. An angry roar. Fallen angel Gast's breath showed an explosive growth, and the vast aura impact swept the entire domain world like a huge wave. Angel Curran and Angel Whis were both driven back by this terrifying storm of breath. That strange evil energy began to erode this domain world little by little. Fallen Angel Gas wants to turn this realm world into his world and make the form work in his favor. As long as the assimilation is successful, then it is not a problem to kill two high-rank angels. What a monster. Even in my domain, some of the limited strength can still burst out with this kind of power. This is rare among fallen angels. This guy's position among those people is definitely not easy. Whis, I can't let this guy go back alive no matter what. Angel Karen's eyes filled with boundless killing intent. For the fallen angel, he always follows a rule: kill. I know, brother Korin. Angel Whis is also solemn. The next second, his divine scepter is aimed at the void, and the mysterious power of time law is unleashed by him. Chapter 151 The Law of Reality is not your exclusive. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. As one of the high-ranking angels, the laws that Whis masters are also very simple. This is a time law that is more advanced than the space law. It can reverse the future and reverse time. And after so many years of silence and insight, the use of the law of time has already been tempered to the extreme. As a descendant of Grand Priest, it is quite normal to be able to master this time law. The lower angels don't have the slightest sense of the law of time, and even those angels in the middle are not as good at the law of time as Whis, at most they just reverse the time a little bit. And Whis, this time he showed his true skills, and it was his brother Angel Curran's world that went backwards. It seems that you have a better understanding of time. Maybe one day in the future, you may really surpass me, Whis. A smile appeared on Angel Curran's face, and he was very satisfied with Whis' performance. This little brother of mine started to surpass him little by little. As a brother, he suddenly felt a lot of pressure. Brother, don't be joking, how could I easily surpass my brother? The top priority now is to get rid of this guy, Angel Whis said modestly. That's right, what we are going to do now is to get rid of him. When he came back to his senses, Angel Karen looked at the fallen angel Gas with a half smile. His eyes were as ruthless as a hunter looking at his prey. And the fallen angel Gas at the moment seemed to be stunned. He stared blankly at the field that had been eroded to half and suddenly faded away. At this moment, his mentality had undergone a slight change. The law of time. The depraved angel Gas gritted his teeth in anger, anger surging in his heart, as if he was going to burn everything to pieces. The law of time. Among the angels in this world of time and space, Angel also has this power, and he miscalculated. Mastering this power means having the ability to rewrite history. As long as it is unsatisfactory, everything can be repeated. As for the number of repetitions, it depends on the user's attainment of the law of time. The fields that he had managed to erode before are now all invalidated. Before you said you were omnipotent, now I'll show you what real omnipotence is. With an angry shout, Angel Karen suddenly began to show his might. The majestic power of Angel and the power of an indescribable law surged from his body. No, it's not just a force of law, it's a force of double law. The power of one layer of law is space, and the other layer is time. No, there is also a layer of power of law. This power is the soul. Angel Karen's body began to enlarge infinitely, and the huge body turned into a supergiant with a height of 1,000,000 meters, standing in this world, only to see the scepter in his hand aiming at the void lightly. Boom! The deafening explosion sounded throughout the world. Advertisement. Just one anger. It shakes the whole world. This is the horror of Angel Karen. It was at this moment that a part of the world in this field was torn apart. The aura of internal fighting was revealed to the outside. Bergette also roughly judged the internal situation through perception. He naturally understood that the fallen angel Gas was in a hard fight. The angel who was able to suppress him in a single thought also fell into a fierce battle. How can such a good thing be without me? With a sneer, Bergette attacked again, and the power of the law of space was exerted, forcibly opening a tunnel between the realm world and the world of nothingness. Bergette slammed into it and headed for another battlefield. Just now, let the soul of the fallen angel Martinu escape, and now he is not willing to let Gas go. In any case, at least one fallen angel must be left alive today. Not only did Bergette move, but the other angels couldn't continue to sit still. On the battlefield in the field, Angel Karen teamed up with Angel Whis to launch a new round of fierce offensive against the fallen angel Gas. The main attack, launched by Angel Karen, swept the world in this realm. Angel Whis is responsible for the auxiliary role, and the subtle use of the laws of space and time makes the fallen angel Whis miserable. Suppressed by the two superior angels, fallen angel Gas was furious, and the anger in his heart was constantly rising. I said, omnipotent. With a thought, the fallen angel Garth showed the power of his own laws. The power of the law he masters, like Bergette's, is the law of reality. It's just that Bergette has mastered this power initially, and he has been in charge of this power for thousands of years. In terms of mature mastery and application, he is definitely better. When the power of the law of reality was activated, the entire domain world was covered by this mysterious power and transformed. To reverse reality and turn the world of this realm into his realm. Not good. He wants to turn my domain into his own world. Stop him. Whis. Feeling that the situation was not good, Angel Karen immediately called out to Angel Whis. Time. Reverse flow. Whis tried his best to prevent the situation in front of him from happening, at all costs, to destroy the law of time to the greatest extent, and activate the ability to reverse time's field. In the case of Angel's favor, this fallen angel Gas can counterattack and even wound them. If the form is favorable to Gas, the situation will be reversed in an instant. Advertisement. They may even die in an instant. However, time, after all, is no match for reality. It's useless, the mere law of time, how can it be worth my reality law? Give me back. With a roar, the fallen angel Gas once again exerted his strength, breaking the time of Whis in an instant the power of law. PFF'd. Whis, who was backlashed by a huge force, spat out a mouthful of blood, and his body went backwards several steps uncontrollably. He tried his best. Gast's laws of reality were a little too terrifying. In terms of the difficulty of the law of time is absolutely no match for the law of reality. If he can survive until now, he still has to rely on the accumulation of his huge background. If he is replaced by the lower angel, he will probably be killed in the moment of fighting against the fallen angel Gas. Lost. You. No match for me. Let this world become my domain, and then, kill all of you. Fallen angel Gas was obsessed with his own domain world. As long as he enters his domain, he is omnipotent, but he is only two high-ranking angels, who can be killed at will. How arrogant. Are you so sure that you can kill all of us? A contemptuous laughter came from the void, causing the fallen angel Gas to suddenly raise his head in disbelief. The person who catches the eye is the oldest and most powerful angel Kessie. Kaze. The sudden appearance of Kaze made the fallen angel Gas feel that the situation was not good. This angel is completely different from the normal high-ranking angel. HMPH. What about you, Kes? As long as my domain is completed, you must perish under my power. I made up my mind, fallen angel Gas, and comprehensively strengthened the destruction of the law of reality. Assimilate the world in front of him with the world in his mind. At the same time, it is also simulating all angels' death scenarios. Wishful thinking. As soon as the voice fell, Angel Kessie also displayed his own time law to fight against it. She did not master the power of the law of reality, and could only use the law of time to counter it. With the assistance of Angel Kess, the world in this realm is constantly in turmoil, constantly changing from the original realm to the dark realm of Garth. Big sister, I'm here to help you. At this moment, another voice came from outside the void, and it was Angel Vados from the 6th universe who shot. The scepter in her hand shines, and the power of the law of time is mobilized by her to assist Angel Kess and fight against the law of reality of the fallen angel Garth. But the law of reality, after all, is the power of a higher level law. Even if the law of time is used by many people, it will still be no match for reality. It's useless, time is no match for reality. All of you angels should understand this truth. You who don't master the laws of reality can't do anything to me. Even if all angels go together, there is only one dead end. Fallen Angel gasped. He was arrogant, but he seemed to have overlooked one of the most important issues. After Angel Kess and Angel Vados heard these arrogant words, the corners of their mouths undulated slightly, and a malicious smile appeared on their faces. The meaning was obvious, but Fallen Angel Gas still didn't realize what was going on. Advertisement. Suddenly, a chill emerged from behind the Fallen Angel Gas. There was a sense of danger from the cells of the whole body. The Fallen Angel Gas was stunned. He did not understand what was going on. Until his slightly sideways gaze saw Bergette's face. You. Fallen Angel Gas was puzzled that someone could get close to him, and his heart was even more turbulent. Unfortunately, before he could respond, Bergette's attack had arrived. Puff. Sharp arm pierced through Fallen Angel Gas's chest in an instant, and a black and purple heart was pinched in his bloody hand. An indescribable pain surged through his body, and instantly made the Fallen Angel Gas collapse. With the heavy damage to his body, he is no longer able to continue to exert the power of the law of reality, and now he can't even move a finger, let alone erode this field. You. How could you appear here? The Fallen Angel Gas asked with a stunned expression. No one can approach his reality laws, even Angel Karen, who has mastered the 3 different laws, may not be able to approach him. But being approached by mere mortals, and hit hard. This kind of thing can't happen at all. What secrets are hidden in this mortal body? The law of reality can be called the supreme law power. It has the power to shape everything in the real world with one's own imagination. Once you master this power, you can achieve omnipotence in the true sense. I can find you, but I can't get close, what I said, right? With a hideous smile on his face, Bergette at this moment, in the eyes of Fallen Angel Gas, is as cruel as a devil. He never thought that one day, he would be given by mortals who he despised and regarded as ants. It penetrated the Hungarian boar. Not knowing the reason, the Fallen Angel Gas just wanted to sacrifice his life to use the power of the law of reality again, but found that he couldn't use that power no matter what, as if he had been cut off from the connection. How could this be? Fallen Angel Gas couldn't figure out what the reason was. The power of his present, obtained by Zhao Zhao, to implement the law is like leaving him suddenly, and he can no longer use it. Isn't it surprising? Why is there a mortal person beside you who can't even get close to the superior angel, and you can't display the ability you were proud of in front of me, as if your power was taken away? A wicked smirk appeared on his face, and the corners of Bergette's mouth undulated slightly, and she joked with a playful face. An angel said before that I have mastered a power called the law of reality, and I was a little bit unconvinced just now, but when I can get close to you, who also masters the laws of reality, I will be sure. How do you feel now? There is a second omnipotent person, or a mortal who is regarded as an ant by you. Journal. As soon as these words came out, the facial expression of the Fallen Angel Gas became very distorted, as if he heard something impossible. He was furious. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. The law of reality that is above all laws and overrides everything, how could it be mastered by you, a mere mortal? This is absolutely impossible. You are just lucky to be close to me. If you get hurt, Angel must be helping you secretly. You can never master this power. Fallen Angel gasped. It was hard to believe that Bergette had the same power as him. As a fallen angel, he was able to master this power thanks to the cultivation of the adult, and the laws of reality that he had mastered through the years of comprehension and background. But now, this power has appeared in a mortal who is less than 100 years old. This kind of enchanting talent makes the Fallen Angel Gas reluctant to admit it, because he himself is a genius among geniuses. Once you admit Bergette's power, doesn't that mean denying everything you've been through? Chapter 152. The battle is over. Incredible. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Hearing the last roar and unwillingness of the Fallen Angel Gas, the corners of Bergette's mouth undulated slightly, and she felt extremely contempt for Gas in her heart. Human beings, in the eyes of these so-called higher beings, are just humble and fragile ants, and their future and potential are all denied. It is even believed that what God can do, humans cannot do, but now, the appearance and existence of Bergette has broken this rule. Are mortals that vulnerable in your eyes? Believe it or not, the reality is that you're about to die in my hands. The corners of the mouth twitched slightly, and Bergette's palm jerked. Bang! Sounded loudly. Fallen Angel Gast's heart exploded instantly in Bergette's hands. As the heart was crushed by Bergette, the body of fallen angel gas suddenly changed. Ah! The painful wailing sound spread throughout the entire domain world, and the body of fallen angel gas began to twist and swell rapidly again. Seeing this, Bergette didn't linger too long, withdrew her arms and kicked her legs toward the sky. How could Angel Karen let go of such an opportunity? The huge body stood firm at this moment, raised his hands, and the huge scepter in his hand emitted the power of 3 different laws, which were superimposed and condensed together. With murderous intent in his eyes, Angel Karen did his best to instill all the power of angel and the power of law into the scepter. Die, fallen. With an angry shout, Angel Karen's huge body started to move. The 10,000-foot-high scepter ripped apart the space, carrying the terrifying power that could subvert everything and smashed it down towards the rapidly expanding body of fallen angel gas. All the angels put protective shields on their bodies, and Bergette didn't sit idle, forming a protective shield of energy over their bodies. Boom! Long. The deafening explosion resounded through the sky. Fallen angel gas's body was crushed into powder by Angel Karen's all-out smashing blow. White light blooms, instantly illuminating every corner of the world in this field. The Boundless. The 2 Xeno above the Temple of Xeno, as well as the Supreme God Grand Priest, were all energized, and they were full of anticipation, waiting for the result. The 12 gods of destruction and the 79 contestants in the auditorium cheered up, not breathing in the air, and their nerves and muscles were tense. As the white light appeared in the void, the realm world disappeared, and the 11 angels and 180 Bergette also reappeared in the realm of nothingness. Their appearance also brightened the eyes of the contestants of Gods of Destruction and the Power Conference. At least know how it goes. They win. What a terrifying blow. The entire domain world was directly blown to pieces, and even the protective barrier formed by the energy of my whole body was broken by 7 layers. Is this the combat power of the superior angel? Mumbling to himself saying that, Bergette looked at her protective barrier that had been destroyed for the most part, and had an idea in her heart. Advertisement. The transformation of Super Saiyan Evil Eye Sublimation has indeed raised his realm and combat power to a level comparable to that of the upper angel, but when he really faces the upper angel, I am afraid that his combat power is slightly inferior. This is Bergette's conclusion, even if he did take advantage of it. But in the end, it's just a loophole. You must know that even the 2 high-ranking angels are holding the helpless fallen angel gas. If Bergette's strength is not covered by Angel Kess and Angel Vados, if it is not for their huge momentum, the attention of fallen angel gas, all the strength and energy have attracted the past, and he really can't even get close to the body of the fallen angel gas. A large part of the reason why he was able to inflict heavy damage on gas is because, like gas, he has mastered the omnipotent laws of reality. However, Bergette was initially involved in the mastery of this law. And Gast had no idea how long he had understood that law. If Gast had not concentrated all of his energy on dealing with Angel Kess and Angel Vados, Bergette's sneak attack would not have been successful, let alone hit that monster. His eyes turned and fell on Angel Karen. The current Angel Karen's body is not as huge as before, and the momentum has also decreased by a large part, falling directly from the peak to the trough. Kellen's combat power is stronger than me, and Vados and Whis are only slightly inferior to Kellen. The strongest angel is that little Lolita Kess who looks harmless to humans and animals. Even if I'm already in the top position angels level, there is still a long way to go compared to them. Bergette thought to herself, while judging the distance between herself and the superior angel. With this experience and understanding, it will be of great benefit to Bergette. The upper angel is just the beginning. At present, the lower-ranked angel and the middle-level angel have already distanced themselves from him, and the transformation of Super Saiyan Ego Sublimation has only been initially mastered, and it is impossible to use 100% Bebef of all power. As well as the laws of reality that he initially comprehended. As long as he does more practice in the future, he can exercise the transformation of Super Saiyan Evil to the extreme, coupled with the omnipotent ability of the law of reality. Bergette does not believe that there are still people in Angel who are his opponents. Even the fallen Angel Gas, who also mastered the laws of reality, felt that he could win. With its own powerful combat power, coupled with this almost invincible law, Bergette doesn't know how to lose. Single quote comma comma exclamation mark 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 single quote. Suddenly, a purple flame ignited in the void. That flame represents the soul of fallen angel Gast. 11 Angel and Bergette spotted the flames immediately, and their vigilance increased again. However, before they could take action, Gast's twisted and angry voice came from the flames. All angels, and that Saiyan, don't think that this time you win, it's over, this is just the beginning, that Lord is about to leave the customs, and after he exits, all the parallel worlds, including all of you people, all will die, Xeno's reign is coming to an end, get ready for the shuffling of all parallel planes. Ultimatum. Fallen angel Gas, although his body was destroyed, his soul still exists, just like the fallen angel Martinu who was killed by Bergette before. Still alive. Just then, a mutation arose. Advertisement. Boom. There was a sudden explosion like a dull thunder in the void, and the harsh shock wave turned into layers of giant waves and spread across the boundless realm. In the next second, something unbelievable happened. A huge palm protruded from the void, forcibly held the soul of fallen angel gas in his hand, and brought it back into the abyss. What a shocking scene. Seeing this, Grand Priest has long predicted that the perfect time for him to wait has come. Aiming at the void with one hand and pressing down, in an instant, a force more mysterious than the mysterious law force was liberated by him, and also formed a huge palm that was enough to destroy the sky and the earth, and moved towards that which was about to take gas away. The void hand attacked. Single quote comma 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 exclamation mark 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 single quote. A huge collision sound enough to blow up the entire boundless world exploded in the void, the shock wave visible to the naked eye spread rapidly, and the white light instantly covered the entire boundless. About 10 seconds passed before the light of the explosion disappeared. The void vortex suspended at the top also disappeared, and the huge void hand and the fallen angel Gast's soul also disappeared without a trace at this moment. Grand Priest, one day, we will meet again, and at that time, the realm ruled by you and Xeno will also be reduced to my territory. A mysterious voice echoed in the void. Obviously, the source of this voice came from the mysterious mastermind who rescued the fallen angel Gas. In this regard, Grand Priest did not care too much. After all, they represent the righteous side, and they have been fighting with these guys who are hiding in the dark. Angel Karen. Humph. Even the defeated generals dare to speak madly. If we can win you once, we can win you a second time. You should cherish the life you finally recovered, and don't let me kill you again next time. No bones left. Angel Kess. Things are really getting more and more interesting. The world in the future is destined to become extraordinary. It has been silent for too many years, and a new round of angel battle is coming. Angel Vados. I don't know how many people will die at that time, alas. Bergette here. Hey. Taking a deep breath, Bergette released the state of Super Saiyan sublimation and returned to normal. An unprecedented sense of fatigue emerged. As soon as he released his transformation, his strength was exhausted in an instant, and his body fell uncontrollably toward the abyss of the boundless world. The next second, Bergette found a hand wrapped around her waist, and when she fixed her eyes, it was Angel Vados of his sixth universe. Hee. Bergette-san, you really refreshed our understanding of human beings this time. Even Grand Priest and Xeno were shocked by you. Vados stabilized Bergette's weightless body with one hand, his face a smile appeared, and he chuckled lightly. Don't be fooled. Asserting the limits of humanity, Bergette said feebly. Hee. I see, so should I treat Bergette-san? Or, wait for my recovery? Vados quipped, looking at Bergette's strong and scarred body. Don't look at me the way you look at ordinary people, these little injuries have no effect on me. Breaking free from Vados' embrace, Bergette is alone and stable on the void. Vados knew that the current Bergette's physical condition was very bad, the physical strength exceeded the limit, coupled with the huge burden on the body caused by multiple breakthroughs, any other person would have already passed out, but Bergette looked at it. Get up alive. Although he really wanted to help him recover, there was nothing he could do. After all, he was a strong man. Moreover, she could see that after experiencing this disaster, Bergette became stronger, and this kind of strength was not only the progress of his transformation, but even his normal appearance had been improved by leaps and bounds. Although he was very weak, Vados could see that the current Bergette was only in a normal state, and the depth and intensity of that breath was far from what it was before, even if Gods of Destruction was inferior to it. Advertisement. This is only the state when he is injured. If he recovers completely, these injuries will turn into his strength, and he will only become stronger. Okay, don't you suddenly lose your footing and fall into the abyss of the realm of nothingness, or I'll have to rescue you. Vados said slightly teasingly. You don't have to worry about it. The voice fell, and Bergette used the last remaining strength to fly towards the sixth universe's viewing area. Looking at Bergette's unyielding back, a smile appeared on Vados' face and said, what an amazing mortal, your deeds will be recorded in the divine calendar, and every god from now on will know you. The all-powerful Saiyan Bergette. The auditorium of the sixth universe. Looking at Bergette's return, all but two of them had smiles on their faces. Big brother Bergette, X2. The two girls, Kair and Caulifla, were even more excited and couldn't calm down, and fell directly into Bergette's arms. Caulifla. Win. Lord Bergette, you really won, I knew you were invincible. Brother Bergette, what about Angel, you are not your opponent. Kale. Brother Bergette, can you tell me what happened after you entered the world after you go back this time? Also, can you train me better, I also want to become stronger. The words of the two women touched Bergette's heart. However, their actions involved the wound on Bergette's body. For a while, severe pain surged all over her body. The painful Bergette was in a cold sweat and her expression changed drastically. Okay, I'll tell you whatever you want to ask after you go back, but let me go now, okay? I'm still hurt. Bergette smiled bitterly. Hearing this, Caulifla and Kai hurriedly let go of Bergette, otherwise, according to the temperament of the two of them, at least they would have to entangle Bergette for a long time. This little farce ended, and the rest of the sixth universe came up. This god is completely convinced this time, what kind of monster you are. Beyond gods of destruction, I can't satisfy you, and even Angel has been surpassed by you. In the future, the sixth universe may not be me. After all, hey, gods of destruction katakana middle. Champa stepped forward and put his hands on the waist of the bucket and joked with a sigh. The position of gods of destruction, you'd better sit by yourself. I'm not interested. As for the sixth universe, I won't be restricted to one universe. You should manage it yourself. And Supreme Kai slowly. Bergette responded. You bastard, you have created countless miracles. Even Angel is not your opponent. I can't imagine what kind of monster you are, how strong you are now. You really are the most amazing guy I've ever seen in my life. Part8 stepped forward excitedly, looking at Bergette with a look of admiration and respect in his eyes. At this moment, his excitement could not be calmed down, because Bergette really fulfilled that agreement, so that the gods would no longer underestimate them as mortals, and let the gods understand that mortals are no longer pawns that they can drive at will. Beyond gods of destruction is not over, even Angel has been surpassed. Part8 is looking forward to the day when he can enter such a state in the future, do the same thing as Bergette, challenge Angel. And win. If you are polite, you don't need to say more about Part8. If you really cultivate, your power will not be weaker than mine. After you cultivate this dragon god's power to the extreme, you may be able to catch up with mine in the future. Steps. Although it is true that he is not alive, Bergette still said very modestly. Ha 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 ha. You guys are still the same. Although it's polite, but when I reach your realm, I'm afraid you will be waiting for me in a higher realm. Part8 smiled wryly. It's hard to say. Bergette smiled meaningfully. The next second, in Bergette's sight, the enchanting and extremely hot demon King Hill stepped forward, pinching his chin with one hand, with a charming and fascinated face. Chapter 153 Bergette's Wish. Open black lens bracket subscription close black lens bracket. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Little man, you're fine. If you die, this king will be very distressed. Demon King Hill said with a smile. Don't bite a little man, Hill, you know, I don't belong to anyone, Bergette responded. It's such an indifferent answer again, sigh. Although I know it's a bit difficult, this king will not give up. One day, this king will definitely let you accept it. If you have a child with me, then this child will definitely be the world's most potential, most talented, and most powerful. Demon King Hill said meaningfully. Huh, are you still the same as before, trying to conquer me? Hearing this, Bergette laughed. It's not the first time I've heard such words. I didn't expect that Hill still had such thoughts after so long. It's hard to say, after all, you are not a man who can be easily controlled by this king. Demon King Hill covered his mouth and chuckled. She has her own thoughts in her heart. Back Bergette, after talking with everyone for a few words, his eyes fell on Gabe, who had been silent for a while. Having evolved to the current state, his eyes can see through a person's heart, and he also knows what is going on with the current, Gabe. This kid, after all, lived up to his expectations. Gabe. Bergette walked in front of Gabe and looked down at Gabe condescendingly. Huh, Gabe, who was startled, suddenly raised his head. Bay, brother Bergette. You. Seeing him like this makes me feel ashamed of being discovered. You're thinking, am I going to take your life? Is it, Gabe? Bergette's expression was serious, and he couldn't have imagined that his relationship with him had reached this point. I don't know when they got to this point. No, I didn't think so. If brother Bergette, you really have this idea, I can't resist. So, the expression on Gabe's face was extremely strange. Because of the change in the atmosphere, at this moment, everyone's eyes are focused on Gabe. All the gods here know what happened before, so the expressions in their eyes are full of disgust and disdain. What's more, such as Hill, directly revealed the killing intent. As an insidious and cunning villain, Frost quietly watched the show, the corners of his mouth undulating slightly, revealing a sinister smile. He was looking forward to how Bergette would judge the traitor Gabe later. Gabe, you have changed, you are no longer the you I know. Bergette said solemnly. How could it be? I haven't changed at all, brother Bergette. Gabe was ashamed, even if he turned black, he didn't dare to show the slightest disobedience. However, no matter how much he hides it, he can't hide it. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that the current Gabe is different from before, and it can even be said that he is completely different. Advertisement. Gabe. With a frown, Bergette was about to say something, but she was suddenly attracted by the light coming from above the Xeno Temple. The 11 angels above the void returned to the audience of this universe from the void again due to the orders of the Grand Priest. The Supreme Grand Priest, standing in the void, pronounced the verdict. This power conference, as well as the Battle of Angel, is over. I also invite all angels, gods of destruction, and the contestants of the power conference to return to their universes. Mr. Bergette of the 6th universe, please wait a moment. The order of the Grand Priest has been given, and no angel dares to disobey. Even if everyone hesitates and doubts. In the next second, 11 angels, 12 gods of destruction, and 79 contestants who participated in the power tournament were all dismissed by the Grand Priest and disappeared into the realm of nothingness. Only Bergette remained. It also made this boundless world quiet. The Supreme Grand Priest slowly floated towards Bergette's position. Grand Priest. Bergette said solemnly. I know Bergette-san, you have a lot of questions now. Let's talk at Xeno Temple. No matter what questions you have, I will answer them one by one. Grand Priest nodded with a smile. Hearing this, Bergette pondered for a moment, then nodded. Seeing this, Grand Priest unleashed his mysterious power of rules, shrouding Bergette and himself, and teleporting them out of the realm of nothingness. What about Xeno? Nature also disappeared into the realm of nothingness at the same time. The task of this realm has been completed, so there is no need to stay here. At this moment, it is located in a boundary that does not belong to this parallel space-time world. The soul of fallen angel Gas and the soul of fallen angel Martinu, as well as the two fallen angels Murata and Makalita who were not in serious trouble but were seriously injured are all here. Obviously, this place is their old lair. The environment here can be said to be completely different from the place where any living entity lives. There are no vibrant green plants and not many people. Only the endless darkness and the power of the strange laws superimposed on each other. This place is a whole new world that is completely different from the world in which normal life forms live. Sir, I'm sorry, I let you down. The soul of fallen angel Gas humbly said to the man on the throne. At this moment, he has no physical body. If he had a physical body, he would probably have already knelt down. No, you didn't let me down. I already know the cause and effect of the matter. I'm very satisfied that I can deal with the 4 superior angels alone without falling behind. Gas, you don't need to blame yourself. My lord, I have never thought of blaming Gas. After all, Gas is also his child in a sense. Also, among all the people around him, the most capable one. Even not the strongest. To be able to deal with the 4 high-ranking angels alone is not something that anyone can do. Except for those elders who have never taken a shot, it is no exaggeration to call Garth the first person. My lord, we were seriously injured in this operation, I'm afraid we will need a period of rest. Fallen angel Makalita interjected at this time. Advertisement. It's good that she didn't speak, but the words instantly angered the grown-up. When will it be your turn to speak? Talk about it. The voice fell, and an extremely heavy pressure fell in an instant, pressing the fallen angel Makalita to the point of being unable to move, and the pain was unbearable. My lord, please forgive me. The fallen angel Makalita felt the piercing pain and the terrifying suppressing force on her soul, and instantly softened and begged for mercy. She was the least injured among the 3 fallen angels sent out, and it could even be said that she did not have any skin trauma. She even dared to bargain with adults. Isn't this courting death? I'm very disappointed in you. Margarita, I thought you would bring me more surprises, but I didn't expect you to bring me only disappointment. If your future performance is so unsatisfactory if you speak, I might consider changing a companion to take your place. At one point of these words, the entire void world shook for a moment. Fallen angel Makarita was even more frightened. She knew that she really said something she shouldn't have said this time, and once she angered this lord, next time, I'm afraid she would either die at the hands of those high-ranking angels, or at the hands of this lord. My lord, please spare Margarita. Was wrong. Fallen angel Margarita hurriedly begged for mercy. HMPH. It's just 3 things, I'll spare you this time. With a cold snort, the terrifying pressure that suppressed Margarita's body faded like a tide. The pressure on her body disappeared, and the fallen angel Makalita took a deep breath, cold sweat fell on her forehead, and there was a feeling of the rest of her life. As your punishment for this action, you will create a brand new body for the newcomer you just brought back. If you can't even complete this task, I will find a way to find someone to take your place. The indifferent voice of the adult lingered in Margarita's ears, making Margarita dare not obey. Inside the Temple of Xeno. Located in a space where guests are entertained, this place has not been in for many years. After all, in this world, there are not many people who deserve the attention of Grand Priest. The last person who came to this place was the dragon god Salama tens of billions of years ago. Grand Priest and Bergette sat looking at each other, the former smiling, the latter dignified. The next second, 2 Xeno's guards suddenly appeared, holding a snack, a teapot, and a water cup in their hands. Putting down the snacks, pouring tea into the water glass, the 2 guards disappeared into the space after receiving the signal from the Grand Priest. Bergette-san, you have a lot of doubts in your heart, right? You can ask any questions now, and I will answer them one by one until you have no doubts. Grand Priest chuckled lightly. There are many things I want to know. First, what kind of existence are those fallen angels, and who are the black hands behind them? There are such monsters in this world, and since the birth of your priests, you must guard against these people. Bergette asked. This issue involves too many things, and it may take a long time to explain. Grand Priest took a sip of tea and smiled. If we say that Xeno represents the rules of this world, but he does not represent all the rules, he is only a part of the core of this world. I probably already know what Falling Angel is about, but before that, I still have a question. Why, you don't take action, you just watch from the temple from beginning to end. As the Supreme God, your ability to take down those foreign fallen angels must be very easy, you don't want them to leave, no one can take them away. Saying that, there was a glint in Bergette's eyes, he had always had a problem. Yes, the fallen angel you have seen comes from a dark world that is completely different from our world. Everything in that place is diametrically opposed to everything you see. The dark side of everyone is there. Place, fallen angel, too. Grand Priest answered. There are two reasons for this issue. One is that I have reached a height like me, and I also represent the consciousness of this part of the world. I am bound by the rules and cannot make any shots at will. Once I do, it means that the direction of the world will change. Unknown changes will occur, so generally, anything to be erased must be approved by Master Zeno himself, explained Grand Priest. As that's so, the dark side of the world. Bergette sucked in a breath and muttered to herself. It's really hard for you. The position of angel is really not suitable for me, but before I competed in the power tournament, Vados said that I met a condition, but now that condition is of no use to me. With my current I can do it all with ease, but I still have a business and need your help, Bergette said. After all, at that time, he was far less powerful than he is now. Advertisement. Bergette nodded, waiting for Grand Priest's explanation. There is another part, which is what Grand Priest calls the opposite, the dark side of the world. Don't you know from the moment I first entered this world, that I am not from this world? Bergette was shocked. It's just a little hard to accept for a while. So from the beginning. You noticed my presence, what a know-it-all, Grand Priest, Bergette replied. According to you, the dark world in your mouth also has the existence of Zeno and your Grand Priest. Bergette asked rhetorically. How did he? When did he know? An omnipotent being like Grand Priest is bound by rules. It is hard to imagine how terrible the rules of this world are. Yes, but, Bergette-san, don't think too much. I don't know why you came to this world, but your presence in this world is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Grand Priest laughed. Yes, once you reach a certain level of strength, you will be bound by the rules of the world, and you can't shoot at will. However, you may have a chance to surpass this rule. The corners of his mouth undulated slightly, and Grand Priest chuckled. Katakana middle dot katakana middle dot katakana middle dot for flowers katakana middle dot katakana middle dot. It's so powerful, is it still bound by rules? Hearing this, Bergette was shocked. The Grand Priest, however, shook his head, shocking Bergette even more. As a transmigrator, no one knows his identity, even he himself buried this question deeply in his heart and never revealed it. Hearing this, Grand Priest just smiled and didn't answer. Point 0. Interesting. So, Grand Priest, did you realize from our first meeting that I'm not from this world? Bergette guessed, probably when he first met Grand Priest. The other party noticed the secret hidden in his heart. Yes, Mr. Bergette, it's because of your existence that I don't need to take action. You, from the beginning, were not from our world, I said, right? Grand Priest said a shocking truth. Bergette, after hearing the words, was also stunned, his eyes widened in disbelief, and his eyes were full of shock and wonder. Me. Hearing this, Bergette was stunned for a moment, but she never expected that Grand Priest's answer would be so straightforward and direct. Your appearance has solved a lot of troubles for me, and it has also shown me that it is not necessarily a bad thing for lifeforms from other worlds to come to this world. Although I don't know which world you come from, your growth in the evolution is really far beyond my expectations. Now you have even reached a level that can rival the superior angel. Before, Lord Zeno had a proposal to let you be angel too. I consider that you are not suitable for this position, then convert it into a wish within my ability, and now, you can tell me what your wish is. Grand Priest said earnestly. Since the beginning of this world, everything has its opposite. The opposite of justice is evil, the opposite of Supreme Kai is the king of demons, the opposite of gods of destruction is those who break the rules, and the opposite of angel is you see. The fallen angel, on the contrary, as the Grand Priest, I also have the so-called opposites, including Zeno-sama. Grand Priest explained this way, and a flash of light suddenly appeared in Bergette's mind. It turns out that his identity has been known to the Grand Priest from the very beginning. From the time he came to this world, the Grand Priest knew his existence and was paying attention to him. Grand Priest, know who he is. You, said Grand Priest, pointing at Bergette with one hand. Because of his existence, is there no need for Grand Priest to solve some things himself? Why, the Supreme Grand Priest can do things that he can do with his hands and feet, but he can't do it, and can only entrust his servants to do it. For me, there is still a certain degree of difficulty, but things like going beyond the rules shouldn't be difficult for me, so the first reason you didn't take action is this, and the second reason, what is it? Bergette asked.